It is the Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Boom. Good morning, everybody. It is Monday, March 24th, 2025, and we are coming to you live this morning. How is everybody doing?
Good.
Back from a little vacation?
Yeah.
Gio, your family is the Griswolds, man.
Oh,
you guys
100.
do everything.
100%.
I mean, not in a bad way, but you really,
You're everywhere.
You are everywhere, and every nook and cranny of everywhere. If I went to New York, I'd drive through New York and go, there it is, New York, everybody.
Yep.
We went over the bridge.
I
You
literally-
guys went to Brooklyn. You went to on the Staten Island Ferry.
We maximize our time, I guess.
Yeah, you did.
Like, I've seen the entire Northeast United States.
Tell
I
me
feel
where you-
also like you do the Griswolds where you go Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
Jump back in the car. Do that.
That is partially true as well.
Where did you started obviously from Florida and went straight to where?
We went straight to Washington, D.C.
Over one shot straight there?
One shot, horrible drive. I bitched the whole way.
Where do you stay there?
We stayed at a hotel that was in the city.
And then you went around to the mall and to all the
Yeah.
monuments?
We stayed there for a night and then spent a whole day in D.C., stayed there another night, went around the Smithsonian, all the
Yep.
stuff.
Nothing was closed.
No, nothing was closed. Nothing was closed,
They
thankfully.
saved it. They saved it, yeah.
Thank God for
Chuck Schumer.
President Trump for making that happen. A lot of it's funny. There's you're in D.C. There's tons of high school tour groups.
Right.
All the kids are all wearing MAGA hats.
Oh, they really?
Yeah, they're buying MAGA hats off the streets from street vendors,
Oh,
and they
that's
think
funny.
they're all like it's cool to wear a MAGA hat when you're
Yeah.
13 years old.
That's the one thing that I had said since the first election was just make a cooler hat.
Yeah.
I mean, he brought that style back, but dude, Jesus, you can make a nicer hat.
I imagine it's because the Nelk Boys and Theo Vaughn and all these
Sure.
are approaching Trump. So all the high school groups are just rocking MAGA hats.
That's so
which
funny.
is
By
funny
the
to
way,
see.
Gio said rockin' MAGA hats. I just
Yeah,
want to point that out.
But also those hats are kind of throwback, 70s looking hats,
Yeah.
know.
Right.
Like a lot of them, but a lot of brands are putting the ones out with the cord across the
Right,
front.
right,
Yeah.
right,
And
right.
I mean, that's the style now.
And they would have them in every color, like pink, blue, not just red. It's
Right,
every
yeah.
color, and
Yeah.
every kid is wearing a red MAGA hat.
I don't understand the hats thing, and I don't understand the Bass Pro Shop hats.
Yeah.
I don't know why that's a thing.
But
Like,
it's they're Von Dutch.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's just a thing that catches on.
Yeah.
Somebody wears it, and everybody
Yeah.
else jumps on board, and then that's the style.
Yeah, and then you see certain people wearing it, and you're like, it's too late. It's already
Oh
over.
yeah.
It's already
But,
over.
well, we always said it was the Walmart effect. Once it went into Walmart, first off, you're rich once it goes
Right.
to Walmart, but also it was like Affliction. Everyone was wearing Affliction and Tap Out and this and that, and then you saw it in Walmart and people were wearing it, and you're like, no, it's been over for a
Yeah,
year and a half.
yeah.
Not you.
Yeah, not that it was super cool, but listen, I had an Affliction shirt. We all wore them.
Yeah.
We're like, "Whoa, the UFC.
I like the post affliction shirts that they changed after they took all the lightning looking stuff off it.
Yeah.
and they made it was like affliction motor shirts. That was when I jumped on board.
Yeah.
It didn't go anywhere. Anyway, so you go to DC, and then
Yep.
where do you go?
Then we left there and stopped in Philadelphia.
Okay, just to stop over to get cheesesteaks.
Just cheesesteaks because Philadelphia is
Is a
dump.
pile of crap.
It is such a dump.
I mean,
of a city.
for a city so rich in American history, it's still a
Yeah,
dump.
it's-
Oh, they say I forget what street it is, but it's just lined with people on
Yeah.
fentanyl, just wild.
yeah. But the cheesesteaks are fantastic.
Yes.
The,
yeah.
the sandwiches are. So we stopped there for lunch. Then
Did
we
you go to Gino's?
No. We went to a place called D'Alessandro's.
Oh, I did see you heard about that one.
Yeah, which we had Googled and talked to a couple people, and they said that Pat's and Gino's was a tourist trap.
Yeah.
And if you really wanted a place, you needed to drive 40 minutes through traffic and the dump of a city Philadelphia is to get to this place, which was fantastic.
Can I tell you how fat I am? So when I went to Philadelphia with Pete, we went to go see the Bucks and the Eagles play. It was the NFC Championship game. And afterwards, we're celebrating. We go to Gino's, and we can't decide if we want to go to Gino's or Pat's. Which one?
Yeah.
So we went to Gino's, and then took a cab home, and then paid the cab driver to go back and get us Pat's so we
Yeah.
could try that one too.
that's
And
it.
it was before Uber Eats. We created Uber Eats that night.
Yeah, I'd been to Gino's and Pat's before, so we were looking for something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, so got the cheesesteaks, and that was pretty good.
Nice.
Then
Then you leave Philadelphia.
We leave Philadelphia. We drive to New Berkshire, Massachusetts.
For what reason?
Because my wife and my sister-in-law who are on the trip, they love to go hiking.
Oh,
So we're on the border of New York and Massachusetts in this tiny little town you would see in a horror movie.
right.
Where there's all these old buildings and stuff, and There's some people that are there and the place is open, but it's not open. And it's very creepy.
Just to walk through the woods.
Just to walk, and we had an Airbnb, like a cabin in the woods,
Right.
up there for a couple days.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then we were like about 2 hours outside of Boston. So then we drove into Boston one day and walked all around Boston on the Freedom Trail.
Yeah. Boston's nice.
Boston was awesome.
Yeah, Boston's a beautiful city.
I'd never been there. It's a gorgeous city. It was awesome.
Did Trump name that the Freedom Trail?
Maybe, but it's like where you see like where Paul Revere rode and his grave, and like you go to Cheers, and it's all the stuff that
It's like a classier Philadelphia. It's got all the American history. Yeah, it's nice and clean, and there's smart people there.
Super clean, and it's Boston kicks ass.
Yeah.
So then we were back at the cabin, more hiking, more complaining by me because we're hiking, and then we left there, and on the way back we stopped in New York and stayed there for a day.
Do you feel that the hiking made you feel more confident about the Two Bears 5K, which is coming up in May?
100%.
Makes you feel better.
The day I was in D.C., we walked 13 miles.
Oh,
all
my
right.
God.
Yeah.
Well, did you doubt that you could walk 3 miles?
No.
Yeah, I mean, if you walk it,
I don't doubt that I could walk 3 miles, but I could tell you it's going to be long and boring and painful for my knees.
I think it's going to go a lot faster than you think.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I actually, on my way home, I'm starting to get like a little paranoid about it. On my way home, right as I pulled up, I looked at my odometer and it turned right away as I looked. So I go, okay, we just started a new mile. So I drove all the way to see how far a mile was.
Yeah.
Like in reality.
Don't do that.
No, you don't want to do that. It was from the guard gate. It was before the guard gate.
Yeah.
All the way to the overpass is a mile. That's pretty far.
Yeah.
And then you got to do that 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
a lot of people, obviously out this weekend playing with the band and stuff. A lot of people are like, "Hey, I'm going to be at the 5K. I'm doing the 5K." I see Moose posting about it a bunch. Moose, who said, Two Bears 5K. It's Bert Kreischer and Tom Segura with their Por Osos tequila. And I go, nope, that's not tequila.
Yeah. No. Please don't say tequila to me.
This guy. This guy.
I saw some pictures from Daiquiri Shack.
Could you make out what they were?
No, not really.
Did you see the post?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I did not drink a lot, but what I did drink wiped me out. And I said to my son was there, and I go, "Did we play Paradise City?" And he goes, "I don't know. I don't know what song that is." I go, "Were there a bunch of girls on stage dancing?" He goes, "Yeah." I go, "I don't remember any of that."
Do you remember me asking you if you played Paradise City?
No.
I don't think your bass was on. I could not hear your bass at all.
Well, I know it was on because first we played Nothing But a Good Time, and I remember playing that. I remember hearing that.
Yeah,
unless somebody shut it off.
I don't know whether you turned it down or did something, whatever. Because I said to John, I go, his bass is not on. And that I was trying to get your attention. You were just
Dude,
big country bear up there.
Galvin, I went to go see the Country Bears this week, and I am definitely a country bear.
Yeah.
I am 100% from the Country Bear generation. Yep, just strumming along,
smiling and nodding. Hey.
I had a ball. It was a great time.
It was a blast.
It was a great time. It was a great crowd. Good group
I do
of people.
remember you doing a big shot of something.
Tequila.
That was tequila?
Whoa!
Oh, yeah.
I just got the willies. I just got the willies when you said it. I had a couple of Tito's and soda, and just like maybe 2 or 3 through the night, and then I did that one shot before the guitar changed and time traveled.
Listen, I don't want to make you sick or anything, but that was one of those plastic cups, and it was filled like 3/4 of the way, and because it was like. You know how whenever you go to do a shot and there's more than you think and you have to do a couple gulps and you're like, whoa, that was a lot.
I had a couple go, but it was pretty bad.
Was it good tequila?
No,
or just
I don't know. It was like probably Patron or something. It was just a little. But anyway, that's not the end of my night. We gotta if we can jump in from vacation to that night. So after that night, I went to a strip club again because that's the fun thing to do after Daiquiri Shack. Go to a strip club, one that you've never been to before. And one that you don't know anything about. I did that, and I went to Scarlett's somewhere in Pinellas Park last time, and it was wonderful. I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, it was a strong 8 and 5.
All right,
in Pinellas Park.
In Pinellas Park somewhere, yeah. We went in there. It was smoking hot girls. They were super nice to us. They were. We got lap dances and the whole thing, and we left, and it was a great time. This time I went to Mermaids. Joe, have you been to mermaids?
I have set foot in mermaids before.
Yeah.
Yes, I have.
No, I have. Carmen, you've been inside mermaids?
I've been to mermaids. Hell yeah.
I'd have friends that have been to mermaids and lived to tell tales.
I have passed mermaids 100 times in my life,
Yeah.
and I never went inside of it. And I went inside, and mermaids was a dive. It not only was it, I mean, the place itself wasn't so bad, but it had 3 girls working. That was it, and it's bikinis
on a Friday night.
Yeah, it was awful.
Did it used to be called the Seven Seas?
No, the 7 Seas was over on
Just
Kennedy.
smells like it.
Yeah,
We used to call it the Seven Seas
fleas.
or the Seven Disease.
Yeah, no, that was what was the one over on Kennedy.
Oh.
So that was no good. But anyway, you wrapped it up in New York,
In New York, yeah.
and I can't believe you actually went on the ferry.
Yes, because the kids wanted to see the Statue of Liberty, and that was the easiest way to see the Statue of
That's
Liberty.
true. Yeah.
Like on the quick and the cheap.
Boy, you guys got a lot done.
Yeah, and then we were in Staten Island, and just briefly, and I tried to convince the kids there was a Mike Calta memorial.
Oh yeah,
Because
not a memorial. I'm not dead.
Well, like a monument,
Yeah,
because we've
monument.
seen all these monuments for days in like Washington and stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, there's a Mike Calta memorial here. That's like a couple blocks that way.
That's funny. In time, Gio. In time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you really did the whole thing. Carmen, how was your week in the woods?
It was good. We literally did the opposite. We went to the cabin and we sat in the cabin.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
old people.
Nice.
Yeah, well, we just enjoyed each other, enjoyed like being out of the city and not really doing anything. We played frisbee for like 2 hours a day with our dogs. which
Uh-huh.
They loved. We did go on one trail. That was a big thing. And we did some puppy painting.
Now
That
I
was
couldn't
fun.
figure that out. How do you do the puppy painting?
So you get paint and then you get the canvases and then you just put like drops of paint all over the canvases. And then you put them in a sandwich bag or a gallon bag.
Oh,
And then you cover the bag. And
Gotcha.
we covered it in yogurt, and then they just lick it.
Oh,
And
I thought for some reason it was like those books we used to have when we were kids, where you just put a little water on it and the color comes up. Like I thought they were licking the color out of the painting.
Yeah, no. It was the canvas was inside a gallon bag, and then we covered the bag with yogurt, and then they just licked it and like
Man.
pushed it around and stuff.
You
My
guys
wife does
love
that
those
trick on
stuff.
me.
Yeah.
All right.
And then we did some painting. Chad and I did some painting on the front porch, and there was a hot
Whoa,
tub.
back it up. You
Yeah.
did some painting?
Yeah, that
Where are
was-
those? I want to see those.
Okay, I gotta get them from Chad. Chad probably won't let me show you his.
Why? Because it
He's-
looks like a special needs kid did it?
he's-
Draw me like your French girl, Jack.
Yeah, he has 2 left hands.
Uh-huh.
But
I was driving back from Orlando, which, what do you think, would take an hour and a half?
Oh no way.
4 hours back from Orlando. And halfway through, I just, when you're not around people for a while, you start thinking and reflecting about things. And I was thinking about Carmen, and I was thinking about a couple of the great things she did on the show last week. And then I just started thinking, she's in the woods with Chad for a week. He killed her. Yeah, I know that I would want to choke her out after like 2 days.
I was wondering because Carmen, I did not see any posts.
no, I stayed off of social media.
I thought for sure
Yeah.
we were going to be seeing all kind of posts on the trails,
Thought
all
she was
this,
dead.
and
The
doing
whole
everything
time
else.
when I didn't see Carmen posting, I literally thought about the Flabby Petito
Flabby
documentary.
Petito.
Yeah.
How she just went off the grid all of a sudden.
I actually reached out to her
Yeah.
to make sure she was still alive.
She went off the grid, and then the guy drove all the way back to Florida by himself.
Yep.
Mm.
Yep.
So one day, I literally spent a total of 1 hour and 14 minutes on my phone,
Wow.
and that was just
Wow.
GPSing and looking up places. But other than that, yeah, I literally just left my phone on the charger, left it inside, and just kind of
Off the grid.
chilled out. Yeah, just got out, did our thing. We did take pictures and stuff, but nothing really worth seeing, honestly. Like, I sent Mike the puppy painting video. That was like the most exciting thing, because other than that, it was just Carlos going and getting a frisbee, bringing it back, going and get a frisbee, bringing it back. He loved that. Like I said, we did that for 2 hours almost every day.
I just had a realization. Did I meet Pete?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. I just remember. I was going to say Galvin went to a basketball with Pete, and I was like, wait a second, I met Pete.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He came out Friday night.
Pete was there.
Other people.
Your other Pete.
Yeah.
Jorge Diaz was there.
Yeah.
Jorge went up to me. I was like, "Hey, how you doing?" I was like, "Oh, hey!" It took me a while to for everybody to recognize
Wait,
everybody's
there's,
faces.
there's a new Pete, a two Pete.
His other
Yeah.
Pete. Oh yeah, you weren't here for this.
Oh,
Galvin's got
My
a friend
buddy
named Pete too.
you have a Pete now too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
you
wow.
met him
We
at
talked
the
about this.
yeah. You met him at the whatchamacallit?
The pub crawl.
Yeah, pub crawl.
Christmas
Oh,
Christmas
okay.
pub crawl.
All right.
Again, not a good time for me.
By the way, this just in from Tom the Tree Man. He was getting your drinks. Those were doubles.
Oh, yeah.
Wait. Oh.
Those were doubles.
That explains.
So if you had 3, you had 6. Then the tequila. Yeah.
Time traveling.
Yeah.
Mm.
Put it this way. I just missed a space. I missed the time from when I did that shot to when we finished playing. I don't remember. But then I remember afterwards I was kibitzing with the folks and I saw people that I know Monica was there and I saw a bunch of people and then I left, went to the Mermaids. That was miserable and I went home, went to bed. So but I just missed a chunk of my life is gone forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. It couldn't have been too bad, except I saw Pete.
A little time travel.
Yeah. So that's good. So Carmen, you had a good time.
Yep.
Galvin, you went to Orlando
Yeah.
to see the game. What else?
Saw the Magic. The Magic lost.
Mm-hmm.
Not
You
happy
had good
about that.
seats, it looked like.
Yeah, really good seats. Yeah, we had a blast. That was cool. So I was at the same place where your wife and son saw Lil Yachty or whoever it was.
Lil Yachty was Tyler the Creator.
yeah, over
was
at
the
the,
headliner, yeah.
Kia Center. Yeah, and it was cool because I was like, I don't know, these seats look like they're going to be pretty good. And then once you get in there, you're like, I'm right here.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so close to it. Yeah, it was fun. It was a good time.
Yeah, it seems like Tyler the Creator is way more popular than I ever understood. I mean, that place I saw, that place was packed. There was a bunch of people on my Snapchat that I know that went there, and I don't know anybody. Nobody ever said to me, "Do you like Tyler the Creator or listen to this?" But yet everybody seemed to go to the show, except me. I did not go.
Yeah.
I stayed home on Saturday night and went to sleep because I was still not feeling good from Friday night.
Mm.
That's
How
my
packed
life.
were the theme parks when you got to Orlando?
We went to Disney. We went to Magic Kingdom on one day, and then we went to Universal the next day. I gotta tell you, not bad.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
full,
good. Yeah.
full, but not packed. Like, they had that lightning thing that you can do where you can kind of skip the lines on a couple of
Right.
rides. And by the time you do those 3 rides, you go get some lunch, you do 3 more rides, and you're like, all right, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
So we had a pretty good time. And then Universal was great because you got the fast pass, so you just fly through all those rides.
That's good.
Yeah, I didn't wait on any lines and got to see. We went on almost everything, so it was a good time. I can't wait till that new park opens up.
Yeah, they've been posting stuff online because it opens in 2 months.
Yeah, May 22nd.
I
is
keep
the-
checking my email to see if they get an invite or anything to let us come. No, nothing.
Well, I know they're previewing the rides,
Yeah,
and
I think it's
because
right now. It's for employees. They're doing
is that what it is?
previews for their families.
because evidently they have this Frankenstein ride. They built this huge Frankenstein castle,
Yeah.
and it's supposed to be great, but it keeps breaking down.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're like trying to work out the kinks.
I know they got the Nintendo Land over there too.
Dude, that I'm telling you right now, that was one of the most amazing things I've ever seen.
They say this one's double the size of the one in Los Angeles.
The one in Los Angeles is big
Yeah.
too. Well, you mean the whole land?
the whole land. 'Cause
Yeah,
it has
yeah.
Donkey Kong Country as well.
It's got it's
And
got
where is this by?
Universal
Yeah.
here.
Right, but I'm saying what park is it by? Like,
They're
is it-
opening. It's a new park.
It's about a mile away.
Oh,
Okay.
is it really?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Because when we went, I didn't see any construction or anything like that. Because
When we did the broadcast over there, one morning my son and I drove over there to just check it out. It's about a mile away.
So it doesn't
Okay.
connect to the other parks.
There's like a new overpass that they're building.
Okay.
That has like this big like loop thing.
Yeah.
So you can take their buses from Universal, and it's probably maybe a 5.
So
6
like the
minute, yeah.
monorail kind of thing,
Yeah.
move you to one land to the other.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like about a mile or so away.
Yeah, you're right, Carmen. I didn't see any construction either.
It's
Right.
massive though. It's so huge.
Yeah. Oh, that's gonna
From
be
the
great.
and I just drove by from the outside, and it looked like crazy big.
Yeah. All right. Good. I'm glad I didn't see any of it. It'll be a big surprise.
Yeah.
Why is everybody mad at Snow White?
Oh,
it's
because
awful.
the girl that is Snow White was coming out. This was last year.
Yeah.
Because I thought this movie had already coming on. But the girl came out and she was complaining about it. And they're like, I don't need a man to kiss me to wake me up. And da 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 da.
So how
And-
does she wake up?
I don't know. And, then Peter Dinklage said, don't have dwarves in Snow White and the Seven Dwarves.
Yeah.
And I'm mad, I'm angry and all that stuff. And then also now I guess that the star of this, the girl, is connected to Hamas. And then you
Whoa.
have Gal Gadot, who was in the Israeli army
Right.
because she's an Israelian. Yeah. So I like,
I thought because she had said she was being very woke. She made some woke
Yeah,
statements.
well, everybody
there was a
keeps
lot
saying
of that.
that
There was a
pissed
lot of,
people
and
off.
of course, Snow White. And,
Yeah.
not
But is she
exactly-
not white?
No.
I mean, they just showed her on TV. She looks very white to me.
She
I'm
does.
pretty sure
Yes.
she's Hispanic.
Hmm.
Yeah, but she looks
But-
white, like her.
Yeah, but Snow
Uh,
White is white.
Yeah.
Skin
mean,
is
she's got
white.
white
as
as
snow.
White
man.
as snow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not Snow White.
Those are the rules.
Skin as white as snow is not Snow White, is
Yes, yeah, that's how they describe her.
it? Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Do you? I don't
No,
know. If
I
you know
don't.
what's going on.
No, I don't. That's why I was asking.
Skin is white as snow, lips red as blood,
Yeah.
and hair black as ebony.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
Snow White. That's the description
Yeah.
of Snow White. Not that I care. I don't care about that, whatever. And I really don't even care about this movie, but that's why people are all freaking
Not
out.
my Snow White.
Yeah, exactly. Just like the Black Mermaid.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Not my Black Mermaid.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I'm surprised that Snow White is not appealing to 40 and 50-year-old men. That's
Yeah.
really surprising to me.
My high school girlfriend is a big Disney fan, and she went to go see the Snow White movie, and she gave it a thumbs down. She
Oh,
did
Should
really?
not
like it.
have a girlfriend in high school.
What?
I said you should not have a
Are
girlfriend.
you
in
kidding?
high school.
No. She's not. When I was in high school,
Oh, okay.
I'm not like Andy from The Office.
By the way, she is Colombian.
Yeah.
The girl.
Oh.
Yeah. Her mother is Colombian.
Not white as snow.
That's not white.
I
So I'm
almost-
pretty sure they had to do like makeup, right?
to
like-
lighten her up.
right.
I don't know.
And
Oh.
isn't that like a problem?
Oh,
Seems
yeah.
like
Whiteface.
Listen,
Yeah.
can I just tell you that I went to
I don't think.
Right?
Can't allow that.
I'm
I went
offended.
to Disney last time, not this recent time, but last time we went to a character breakfast, and the princesses came over, and the chick that was Snow White looked like she came right off the cartoon.
Oh,
Like,
really?
She would have been a great choice.
Yeah.
Her head was even shaped like Snow White, and it was weird.
Yeah, they're good like at Disney. They don't mess around.
No, they nailed.
So
they nailed it.
now do they have movie Snow White instead of cartoon Snow White comes meet you?
It looked like cartoon Snow White
Yeah.
met me. I don't know. I don't know what goes on. I don't know. All I know is everybody got mad. The way
I think these live. I don't know why they keep making these live versions of old cartoons.
I think that's kind of cool,
Yeah.
especially if
Yeah.
it's not CGI. Like if you had real midgets, I think that would be fun.
I saw on Instagram because now they're making a live action Moana, and The Rock is like the big Moana guy.
Yeah, yeah,
And he
yeah.
looks so stupid in the grass skirt and big muscles.
I know that is kind of
Yeah.
weird.
But I don't understand what Peter Dinklage, if if it's Snow White and the Seven Dwarves, like who do you want to play the dwarf? Or is he saying there shouldn't even be dwarves in it?
Oh, I don't know.
He's saying no dwarves. Yeah, he's saying it's offensive
No,
that it should just be regular people. Why do they need to be little people?
because that was what the story
Because-
was,
and little
they
people
lived
exist.
in
Yeah,
they lived in a village.
I agree. I'm against Peter Dinklage because a bunch of the other actors came out and said you're taking work away from us.
Yeah,
we weren't all
yeah.
stars of Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like we only get one. Like there's like 2 movies a year where they need a lot of little people.
I'm gonna do Jungle Book, but it's gonna be in the city. No animals.
No animals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, I did a quick Google. He was on the Mark Maron podcast, and he says, "quote I was a little taken back by the fact that they were very proud to cast a Latina actress as Snow White, but they're still using dwarves as the dwarves." So it's saying if
So
you
he's
can
saying you were
change-
being woke, halfway woke.
if you can change Snow White, why can't you change the dwarves?
Yeah, but I feel like if they would change the dwarves, then dwarves would be like, well, that's our only gig.
Yeah.
Snow
They
White and the
did.
Seven Giants would
Yeah.
be different. I don't know. I don't like this.
Yeah, he
at
says
all.
you're progressive in one way, but you're still making that effing backward story of 7 dwarves living in a cave. What are you doing, man?
And they didn't live in a cave. They were
They
lived
work in the caves?
cottage. No, they lived in
a
a
cottage. Yeah.
but they work in the caves.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
but
work in
they
the
were-
mine.
They were too
Listen.
small. They were somebody small had to go in the mines.
You can either work in a cave or you can live in a tree. Those are your 2 things.
But
Make the goddamn cookies.
Oh, you forgot a shoe.
Yeah.
You
Oh.
forgot a shoe.
Yeah.
he was saying Disney was so proud of we've casted a Latina
Right,
woman as
right.
Snow White,
Right.
but we're still going to get the dwarves, the midgets for the dwarves.
Listen, the midgets are going to be the last one to get any changes going on in the woke culture because the worst comes to worst, if all the midgets got together and did something, nobody would be affected by it. If
But-
they fought, if they boycotted anything, nobody would care. We just put you all in a bag and throw you in the ocean.
I kind of
like
get it though.
The thing is like they were saying like they only get a couple movies and they're usually all around Christmas. But now if little people can't be elves,
Yeah.
what are there? Do you think they could make a movie with all little people?
Well,
and people go to watch it. I'm saying with not one.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now, and you can say I'm the worst or whatever. When I see a movie and then I see that Peter Dinklage is in it, I'm like, ugh.
Really?
Yeah,
I love him.
He was great in Game of Thrones.
He's great.
That made sense.
When he's an elf, it's fantastic.
good
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah,
When he plays a
because
midget.
he's an elf, though. That's the whole thing. You know what I mean? Like when he's just a guy in a thing, I'm just like,
Yeah.
all right, I guess we have to put him in there.
You want to know the biggest example of somebody trying to be woke to me with midgets is there was a picture of, you might have seen it, of Peter Dinklage with a backpack on riding a scooter in Manhattan. And did you ever see that? It was,
Yeah.
he was wearing a scooter and he's riding wearing a backpack or riding a scooter. And I just put it on my page and I wrote, "This is adorable." And this girl that I went to high school with was like, "I don't see anything that's so crazy about this. It's just a guy getting his way." Oh, shut up. It's a
Yeah.
midget with a backpack on a scooter. You see it. I see it.
I kind of understand what
It's like
he's
a
saying.
fat
though.
guy on a bicycle.
By the way, can I also tell you that Peter Dinklage was on 30 Rock and started going out with Tina Fey because Tina thought he was a kid and touched his head and said how cute he was, and then turned around and then felt forced to go out with him because she was like, "No, I was hitting on you." You know what I mean? So like, you can do that, but then the dwarves can't play dwarves. I
mean,
don't know.
his biggest role is being Tyrion on Game of Thrones.
Thrones,
And
right.
He's fantastic.
All his roles have to do with him being a dwarf.
Yeah.
That's it. Nobody was like, "You're just going to play Billy.
I feel like
You're
there's
Billy the dwarf."
there's a couple rom-coms he tried to do in there in the middle.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
but
what I'm
with the
saying,
whole
and then-
story of the rom-com is, but he's a dwarf.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like we just don't see eye to eye. Well, that's a bad
But
part.
I think he's saying that they were celebrating the fact that they were breaking the stereotype of Snow White,
No,
yet
yeah, I
not
get-
doing
yeah.
that, you know.
But
If you're going to celebrate it, then why not just switch everything up?
But
Black
then it's not
Snow
Snow
White, Snow
White.
Black, and the
No,
Seven Giants.
I get what he's saying. I think it's crazy, but still.
they should have made the dwarves all Shaq, just
Yeah.
different Shaqs,
Yeah, I'd
different
see that.
versions of Shaq.
There you go, Bert. You looking for the movie? That's the one
Yeah.
you make.
Well, I think in Wicked, there's no Munchkins.
No,
The new Wicked movie.
Because there is the one guy who says he's from Munchkin Lane.
Right,
Yes.
because I don't think they find the Munchkins yet.
They show the
No.
Munchkins in the movie,
Right.
and they're regular sized people.
Right.
Oh,
They're
really?
not like super
Yeah.
little.
Like,
they're just like a
They're-
little
I mean, they're
smaller.
called Munchkins.
It shows in the movie. It shows Munchkin Land for like a second, and they're all regular sized people.
The
or is
guy
that
who's-
just your perspective?
No, the guy who's a Munchkin in the movie is the guy that she was dating in real life. That troll-looking dude.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How upsetting
that's
is that?
his- And then at one point, he steps on 2 books to like go eye level with somebody.
Oh,
That's
so he is smaller.
So, yeah, but he's like he's Joe compared to you.
Right.
Yeah,
Hey, wait a
Like
exactly.
minute.
just a normal guy.
You're just not normal.
In
Joe.
Wicked,
Alright.
Joe could pass as a Munchkin, basically.
Right.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. I got you. All right. Listen to me. We got a lot to talk about. I saw other movies this weekend that I want to get to too, but we got to take a break. We come back. We got Sporkle to play. We got new stuff to give away. Carmen will tell you what that stuff is. We'll do it next. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone. Carmen, I saw your paintings during the break that the dogs did.
Yes.
Adorable.
How
Adorable.
cute is that?
That
Yeah,
is
they
adorable.
loved it. I wish. I feel like I'm gonna start doing that more because the painting supplies is really cheap, and it gives them something to do.
Yeah, but also, what are you going to do when you have 30 pictures of paint splotches that your dogs made?
Oh no, I mean I'm just gonna throw them away.
Oh,
I'm gonna start
I
using.
can't do- I can't do
don't,
that.
Don't let
No.
the dog see.
No,
Yeah.
listen. I'll like put them up on our fridge for like a week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'll just like rotate them out. I'll have them do it because I'm not gonna use canvases every time. I'll just use paper
Oh,
Okay.
you should do a whole art show and like sell the paintings.
of just my.
Carmen,
just
you
my dog
realize those
painting.
dogs don't want to paint. They just want to eat the yogurt off the plastic.
Yeah, that's the whole point. But
Yeah.
like licking for 10 minutes gives them stimulation like they've gone on a walk for 30.
Oh, okay.
So it's like
I
very
wish it was like that for my wife.
right. So it's really good for their mind and just body and everything like that. So it gives them something to do. And because we don't have a yard, like I have to find stuff like that for them to do
Gotcha.
at our
Okay.
place.
All right.
So anything licking.
Lick
is
it.
good.
Lick it.
All right.
Lick it
Lick
good.
it good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what do we have to give away today, Carmen?
So we have a bunch of stuff. We may want to save these. So
Okay.
these are at the top of the list.
All
We
right.
can, like play a little game later. Dirks Bentley,
Oh.
All right.
Okay.
you know.
Yeah.
Stained.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think that one I'm not saying.
What?
I don't know.
Spell it.
It's 4 letters.
Does it start with an F?
It starts with an A.
A.
Ath.
No, A. And then
N.
no.
Oh,
I don't know. I feel like there should be something that should say
What?
don't say this
Hold on.
one.
Let me look at it real quick.
Yeah.
You have tickets to see Dirk Bentley, tickets to be stained. Oh, you mean don't say it right now, like they're not for Sporkle.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, we have
Oh.
AC/DC tickets coming up.
oh, okay. I thought
Yeah,
you
we're
were
trying
saying
to
like it was
spell
a
bad
bad
words.
word.
Yeah.
No, oh my gosh, no.
Jeez.
I was just saying, like, I feel like that's usually at the bottom of the list, and they're
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
don't
yeah, no,
announce this or
Yeah.
don't say this.
No, we have AC/DC tickets that we're going to
Okay.
give out a little bit later in the show. We also have Avril Lavigne, Coheed and Cambria, and Everclear
Thank
all to
you.
give away right now. No problem.
ACDC, not now for
Not-
Sporkle.
yeah,
That'll
not
be a
for
special
Sporkle.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can get the Dirk Bentley ones if you want them. We got
Oh,
plenty
all
of
right.
those.
I'll
so.
see you at the Avril Lavigne show.
Yeah.
That hasn't happened yet.
No, Avril Lavigne is not until June 20th.
Oh, good
Oh.
It's
grief.
the new reggae rise up.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it right now with a little bit of Sporkle. Here we go. Carmen is the keeper of Sporkle. Pap is your judge and scorekeeper. I got to tell you, Johnny B did a very good job,
Did he?
but it wasn't the same.
Okay.
I like having everybody back in the right positions.
Did JoJo play?
Yeah, she got smoked.
Yeah.
Okay, wait.
She got smoked.
She did about what Gio usually
Yeah,
does.
we
Okay, okay.
All right, Carmen, what are we playing?
All right, well, since we're back, I just wanted to keep it simple. We're going to do some general trivia.
right.
Okay?
Great.
Your first one. What female pop singer had a #1 hits with Shake It Off and Blank
Taylor
Space? Mike Calta. What week-long African culture celebration always begins?
Kwanzaa.
Geo. What biblical ark builder?
Noah.
Thank you. Whew, that was hard. Mike. What does the S in NASA stand for?
Space.
Mike. What 1961 Disney movie's villain is Cruella de Vil?
101 Dalmatians. You said Dominicans.
I don't think that, yeah. I think Mike said it properly
Yeah.
Mike
and
Calta.
finished it first.
Somebody else said 101 Dominicans.
That was Gio.
Yeah. That's a great movie, too. Though. I've never seen it.
I don't want to watch that
Yeah.
one. What TV sitcom features an actor, a chef, a paleontologist?
French.
Cheers. Yeah.
Yes. What's your name? Mike Calta.
Yep, same guy. It's on the
Thanks.
show.
Yep. What American TV presenter was best known for his 1993 show as the science guy?
Bill Nye.
Galvin. Which continent has the most countries on it?
Africa.
Europe. Oh.
Africa. Galvin. What is the name of either of the two long bones in the human
Femur.
forearm?
Ah, damn.
Oh, yeah, I got it wrong, too.
Humorous.
Ulna or radius?
Yeah, let me see here. Ulna.
Dirty. And Pat,
Aw,
we are
man.
halfway there.
Gio is on the board with a single point. Galvin with 2 points, and Michael is your leader right now. He is winning with 5.
Okay, here we go.
All
Dominicans.
right, we are doing some general trivia. Your next one. What do you call a 6-sided geometric figure?
Hexagon.
Mike Kelta. What word follows Manchester,
United.
West Ham? Galvin. Which MLB player holds the record for career home runs?
Bonds.
Galvin. On what temperature scale are the boiling?
Celsius.
Fahrenheit. Damn it.
Celsius.
Kelvin.
Hugo. In what month is Guy Fawkes Day?
February.
In what month is Guy Fawkes Day?
September.
October.
November.
November.
Damn it,
You should have said it.
I know.
No point.
Tried to do it fast.
What number is ocho in
Eight.
Spanish? Galvin. What is the symbol for the chemical element sodium?
Oh, man.
I need the 2 letters. You do not need to tell me uppercase, lowercase.
S-A.
NA?
N-A.
Yes. Thank you.
Yes. Galvin. Jeez, I cannot get that right today. Which famous band had albums entitled Abbey Road,
The Beatles.
Help,
Beatles.
Mike Calta, and Pat? We are on the last 3.
Gio has 2 points on the board. Galvin has 6, and Michael is your leader by 1. He's winning with 7.
Oh, coming back. Coming back, kid. Here he comes, the comeback kid.
All right, general trivia, last 3. Here we go. What is the capital of Spain?
Barcelona.
Madrid.
Madrid.
Yeah, we all
No
got it wrong.
point.
I even pronounced it correctly.
How do you pronounce it?
Barcelona.
Thank you. Still no point.
Do you know why they have that? Because the king had a lisp,
Oh.
and they all spoke like him.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was just because of Penelope Cruz.
No.
Barcelona.
All right, here we go. Last 2 general trivia. What U.S. state did George Washington, Thomas
Delaware.
Jefferson, and John Tyler hail from?
New York.
Pennsylvania.
Gio, didn't you just learn all this stuff?
Yeah.
Virginia.
Yeah, that's a
No
common
point.
sense.
I gotta get this one. I gotta get this one.
And your last one. Which of Snow White's dwarf friends starts with the letter B?
Nashville.
Galvin.
Woo! Tied it up.
That ties it up. Galvin
That's
and
a
Michael
good-
both with
That's a
7.
solid comeback.
All right, here we go.
All right, this is the extra and tiebreaker. Gio, you are out.
Why am I out?
All right, last one. Here we go. What TV series had characters named Kirk, Spock,
Star Trek.
Sulu? Mike Calta.
I said track. I wanted to say track. Damn it.
Thank God.
Your
Close.
final score, Gio with 2 points on the board, Galvin with 7, and Michael is your triumphant champion today. He won with 8.
I don't remember. What is the bookkeeping for the last couple of days?
What, the year totals?
Well, no,
Well-
for the days that you weren't here.
Who won?
I won.
Mike won
All 3 days?
Friday.
No.
Galvin won Thursday. And Mike won Wednesday.
Oh, okay. So I won. So I got 2 in a row.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank
You
you.
won on Wednesday.
I went on Friday. Also.
You weren't here Friday.
I was. Oh, Wednesday. sorry.
Wednesday. That's what I said.
Yeah.
I was here.
Thank you, JoJo, for keeping track.
Okay. Well, I do have the current rule, so let's do some singing, and then I will pick a winner.
That's like me.
What's the rule?
What's the rule?
It's Drunken Miyagi.
What do we say?
But yeah, it wasn't singing because you changed it last time. You said it
I
wasn't.
said just sing like Drunken Miyagi.
okay,
Because Onai Oke Ono are the
but
words.
we're not doing that.
Oh.
You had us.
Oh, no? What?
No, you had us singing like Drunk Miyagi, complimenting you. though.
Yeah, it was singing how great I am.
yeah, yeah. I
Excellent-
know. That's what we
excellent
did
job.
on Friday.
Excellent job remembering
Yeah.
that.
Oh, Mike, he do so good. He win the Sporkle today.
You're never going to be the Disney movie.
Oh, good job, Michael.
Thank you.
That's all I had to say.
Thank you.
Oh, Mike Calta. Man who catch tequila accomplishes anything
Oh, hurt me in the belly.
with chopstick.
Oh, my God. Good morning. Who is this?
This is Pam.
Hi, Pam. How are you doing?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
You are the winner, Pam. I'm going to put you on hold. Carmen will grab you here during the break, and we'll hook you up with a prize. Okay, Pumpkin?
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. Please hold.
They're not making Pams anymore.
No.
Right?
Yeah. You might. No, probably not.
How many Pams have you met?
No. Under
Yeah.
40.
Right.
I feel like Pam from The Office was the last of the Pams.
That's
Yeah.
even that's a TV Pam. It's a
Right.
fake
That's a
Pam.
fake Pam.
Yeah.
Not my Pam.
Not my Pam at all.
Yeah, I don't know Pam ever.
Yeah.
Pamela.
Pam has gone by the wayside. Like that name has. If you're under 40, you're not. named
How
Pam.
about this? Have you seen the reality show with the 2 creatures in the wheelchair? They're like midgets, but they go like head, shoulders, and feet. Like they're missing the middle. Yeah, it's a
Oh,
weird.
no.
And her name is Pamela, but they call her Pamela.
Pamela.
It's like the show is like called Chris and Pamela.
Mm.
Yeah, but her name is Pamela.
Yeah, I think you're
Yeah.
watching too much DLC.
I didn't watch the show. I just saw the preview while I was watching Take My Tumor.
Yeah.
It came up. Galvin, what do we have coming up in news?
Coming up in news today, Eat Like a Baby, There's More of Us, and Easter. Brought to you by Shoney's.
He's a baby. Oh, yeah, sure. All right, Galvin's got your news. We'll take a quick break. We'll dive right into that next. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone. I have given in to the fact that I am not running anything. I'm walking it. And I know that there's a lot of fatzos out there going to walk it with me. So here's what I did. A lot of people were like, where are we going to meet? What time are you guys going? Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I don't know. And I thought we should probably organize this. So I will tell you when it gets closer, probably a week before, when I got it all worked out with Bert, I will tell you the Team Calta people are going to meet on the corner of Himes and Dale Mabry. I'm making this up right now. Don't write this down. We're going to meet there at 8 a.m. or 10 a.m. or whatever the deal is. We'll all gather there, and then we will walk together. I will also tell you that I have made Team Calta 2 Bears 5K t-shirts.
I saw they look really cool.
Tank tops.
Tank tops, yeah.
If you go to caltastore.com, C-A-L-T-A store, all one word, caltastore.com, you can get your Mike Calta Show Team Calta 2 Bears 5K t-shirt. We will all wear the same white t-shirts, and they're tank tops. They're sleeveless, and we will all run together. They got sizes from extra small all the way up to, I think, 5X, so we can all grab a t-shirt, and we can all walk or run together. And there you go. What better way to be on a team than to all be having the same uniform? So
you're totally giving up on running this far out?
Gio, I walked and I took a picture of my watch and I posted it online so everybody could see it. I walked at Disney World that 4 miles or whatever it was, and over 10,000 steps both days. And my knees are I feel like somebody shot me through one knee and went through the other knee and came out the other side.
But that's a whole day of walking. You're on your feet all day for multiple hours at a time.
Yeah, I can't
the 5K
see
shot
me
at it.
running more than, even if I made it from here to the stop sign.
Yeah.
And then after that, I'm walking.
I mean, Jelly Roll's doing it.
Jelly Roll's not doing nothing.
I've seen video of him running with
He
Bert.
shuffles. He doesn't run.
But
He
the way
shuffles.
you do the run walk thing is you run for 30 seconds, then walk for 2 minutes, then you run for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
You do like that.
I'm just being realistic.
Okay.
I don't think this guy is in the shape to run walk. I think I'm mostly going to fast walk it as fast as I can for as long as I can. That's how I feel. But I also think it's okay because I think there's a lot of people that want to do it, that are worried about it, that are saying the same thing. Know now that you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, you can absolutely 100% walk it.
Right. That's what this guy
You
is
can
doing.
literally stroll it if you want to. You know what I mean? Like it's just getting out there, moving around, finishing it. That's the
I've
whole
been
thing.
saying it from the start. I'm walking.
Yeah.
I am not running.
Carmen
I got-
knows what's up. You
I
can
got
walk with
loose-
me and hold my hand.
Okay, deal. Yeah, I got loose ass knees. I can't be running.
My knees are tight ass. We got opposite knees. I
I'm
got
gonna run
tight ass
it.
knees. You got loose ass knees.
I'm gonna run it, but I'm not running it fast. I'm not
No.
gonna. If you beat me, don't be like proud of beating me in the time. Because
But
I'm
also,
not
like you,
fast.
Oh, I'd be
There-
very proud if I beat Calvin.
Yeah,
And I
was-
he's
There's
he's
no
racing.
way I'll let you beat me.
And I will tell everybody.
There is no way I'll let you beat me.
there are people like you who are runners who
Yeah,
are going to
yeah.
want to run it.
Oh
Obviously,
yeah. There's people who are real runners that
Right.
are going to run it to win the whole thing.
But I think that there's people out there who just want to be involved,
Yeah.
and that's what we're here for. So
And
that's
there's
what I'm here
also,
for.
even if you don't want to run it or walk it or do anything, you can just come out and party too. Because I
Yeah.
think there's a
Yeah.
thing where you can do that, where you can get in and just party afterwards.
Yeah, they got cold plunges. They're serving beer and porosos and the whole deal.
Right.
So
And there's going to be a bunch of different people there because I know that Jelly Roll is going to be there, but they're also talking about Baker. I don't know whether that's going to happen. We'll
Yeah.
see, whatever. Travis Barker was talking about coming down for it. I know
boy.
that, and there's a lot of people in town that weekend. So,
yeah, it's going to be fun. It's
I
going to
think-
their big country concerts
Yeah,
happening.
Jelly Roll's playing the night before, the night after.
Night after, I think.
Yeah.
Or maybe
at,
that night. I
at
don't know.
Raymond James Stadium.
Yeah. Whew. It's going to be fun.
I'm going to be out there running and go, Clint Black, what's going on, man?
Clint
Yeah.
Clint Black. All right, so that's happening. And again, caltastore.com is where you can get your t-shirts. Did you see any of the movies that were nominated for an Academy Award this year?
I saw Conclave.
The Pope movie.
Yes.
Did you?
I started watching the stripper movie.
I watched that movie this weekend, Honora.
Yeah.
What did you think of it? Well, I don't know how much you watched it.
I didn't get through the whole thing. I got bored after a while.
Carmen, did you watch it?
I have not, but I have it on my list on Hulu. Like I finally found where to be able to stream it.
I feel like Honora was, if one of you guys said, hey, there's a movie called Honora, it's about the stripper, yeah, it's pretty good. That's what I feel like. I feel like they've lowered the bar for the Academy Awards.
It was
way
Tony
low.
was singing its praises.
Yeah,
Tony
it's
said
a good movie, and that girl is a really good actress.
Yeah,
I
it's-
thought the guy was the kid was a good actress in it. She's really good. Movie, okay. Yeah,
I didn't make it through. I kind of got bored.
It does move kind of slow, but then it picks up. It gets real, but then it gets almost comical.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a lot of.
It was like kind of predictable, I guess. And I'm like, I fell asleep, and I haven't thought to go back and watch it.
Yeah,
She was very good though.
She was really good.
Not just because she's naked all the time.
No, she looks so young and so skinny to me. I didn't do anything for me.
So, Gio, you saw Wicked, you said, right?
I did. I loved it.
You saw Wicked. That was one of the ones that was nominated. You said both of you saw Complete Unknown. You were having trouble getting through
saw
it.
it.
I saw
You
it.
saw it. Emily Perez.
Nope.
Nobody
No.
saw that. Conclave, I saw.
Enclave's next. I'll watch that next.
Nickel Boys.
Whoa.
No, that's what
Okay.
it is. I'm Still Here.
Yeah, that's a foreign film.
The Substance. That's the one with
Yeah.
Demi
With Demi
Moore.
Moore, yeah.
Saw that.
Oh, you did see that?
Yes.
I have not seen that.
Mhm.
How was that?
It was pretty good. I mean, it was a little bit weird.
So
You know,
not
she has
not best picture though.
She's
So far,
naked too, right?
to, she's naked
Yeah.
most of the time.
Dune Part 2, which everybody said was really good. You saw that, right? Dune Part 2.
Yes. Yeah. Very good.
I did not see it because I fell asleep in Dune Part 1. And
Dune 1, which is a remake, was actually really good. Like I watched it and I couldn't because the first one I thought I would never like. This
I had to
movie.
watch it twice though to understand what was happening.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
my wife and I kept on falling asleep like Beavis and Butthead.
Oh,
like
really?
just falling asleep. and couldn't-
It's kind of like Game of Thrones. Once you figure out what's happening, then you're like, oh, this is good.
Then Honora is the other one, and then The Brutalist.
Yeah, that I don't know if I can make my way through that.
I will tell you, Conclave has a lot of good actors, and it's good to a point. And then there is a bit of a twist ending that I saw coming from a mile away.
Right.
And
Well, that was the thing in Honora. I kept waiting for a twist, and there was no twist, and it was just blah.
And it's also the twist is, it's 2025. Okay, got it. You know what I mean? So,
yeah. It was.
but like Stanley Tucci's great, Ray Fiennes is great. Just it was good acting.
When I was watching Honora, I'm like, this is just an X-rated version of Pretty Woman.
right. Like
it's the same- it's
I
basically the
feel
same
like,
story.
and because there were no celebrities in it, I feel like it was like something that you'd see on Showtime at 1 o'clock in the morning.
She's very good. I think she probably is deserving to win the award.
She was great.
Very good.
She was great, and I thought the kid was good too.
Yeah, but I'm like, isn't this kind of Pretty Woman?
Yeah. It's a
like
little worse than Pretty Woman.
Yeah, but it's like a
Yeah.
grittier version of the same story.
Yeah,
Because right,
you're
like she marries somebody and then the mob comes after her, right?
Not really. I mean, she marries a son of a Russian oligarch, and they do not want that marriage to happen, so they try to get it annulled.
I will tell you, because I was trying to think of movies that I saw in 2024 that were any good, anything that was good, whatever. Nosferatu was great.
Oh, really?
Nosferatu
too
was
scary.
I
Yeah,
watched
but
that's
it-
how I feel.
Listen, but it's
Yeah.
good. It's really good movie, and it wasn't. I don't even know whether it was nominated.
Somebody told me there's a bunch of vampire wieners, and that
That turned you off.
Hot. What?
There was like too much vampire wieners, unnecessary.
I am not a scary movie guy. I don't care for scary movies. You're not scaring me. A little kid meows, I kick it in the face. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like that
what
doesn't scare
about
me.
this one movie though that's got the lady on the front lawn? Have you seen the previews for this? It's this like tall, black clothed witch looking thing on the front lawn, and it keeps getting closer to the house. You haven't seen this commercial?
Oh,
I don't know the name of it,
Yeah.
but it scared me a little bit. I was like, well, I don't know what's going on.
I don't
can't
know.
figure it out.
But yeah,
Movies scare the hell out of me.
Yeah, I don't like scary movies.
I don't like jump scares. I don't like I don't like jump scares the most. But then what's worse is I don't like movies where they scare me later. Like later on when I shut all the lights and I'm walking
You're thinking about
upstairs
it.
and I'm like, oh, or I got to throw the garbage and I'm looking over my shoulders and throwing the garbage.
When I was hiking in Massachusetts, I kept thinking I was in the Blair Witch. I'm like,
Yeah,
this is how it
probably
ends.
were. You
'Cause
probably
the
were.
sun was going down, and my wife wanted to keep going up the mountain. I'm like, we got to turn back. Like,
Yeah.
this is where it turns bad when you don't turn back when the sun's going down.
Nothing was worse than I was hiking in California with my wife when we were going to see Big Sur and the sun went down because the sun goes down in California like that.
Yeah.
And we were in the middle of nowhere. And I thought, if she dies now, I'm in trouble because of all the time I said I would push her while we were hiking.
Right.
It was, I know for sure that I was going to jail. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to check in with Galvin. He's got today's news.
News with Galvin on the Mike Calta Show.
This just in from JoJo. Binge watch Paradise. Loved it. See?
Yeah, you're gonna be mad at me.
Why?
Still not why.
I started another show, and
Ah.
I didn't want. I was gonna watch Paradise. Has anyone been watching Residence?
No.
No.
By the way, another White House show.
What is Residence?
Residence is it's a series on Netflix. It just came out, and it's the girl that played Crazy Eyes on Orange Is the New Black.
Yeah,
She's a great actress.
Yeah.
Great actress, and she is a detective. And there's a situation at the White House, and it's like it's kind of campy, like it's kind of over the top, whatever. But it's really good. And she's like this unbelievable detective, like a Sherlock Holmes type,
All right.
that figures all this stuff out. But the way her process is, and it's pretty interesting. But so far, it's been pretty good.
And
To
you never finished Paradise.
No.
What are you up? What did you leave off?
You kind of told us what happened, though.
I did
Like,
not.
who cares?
I did not tell anybody what happened.
Yeah, I feel
I've
like
been
I've
getting
seen it.
flack from the people of saying talk about it on the air. Who cares now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Where
did-
did you-
yeah,
where
you
did you
basically
leave
did
off?
that.
I was like on episode 4
my
or something.
God.
Yeah, I'm
You
out.
missed all the good. You know what? I'm gonna call
Just,
JoJo.
just tell me what happens.
He already did.
No, I didn't.
You
I
told us
did.
what Paradise is.
What is it?
It's the whatever the city.
You don't know.
Whatever the city. You got it.
Like the 15-minute
know.
city
Yeah,
or whatever.
you pretty
Take
much-
me
you pretty
down
much got
to
it.
whatever the city.
Yeah.
Whatever. What do we have in news, Gal?
Today's top story. Does anyone know approximately? I'm not going to hold you to an exact amount, but approximately how many people are on Earth?
8 billion.
8
Yes.
billion, Mike says. Carmen agrees with Mike. Solid
7
yes
billion.
there. Joe's going to go a little lower. 7 billion.
3.4 billion.
3.4 billion. Very low. Actually, you're close. 8.2 billion people is what they estimate. The UN says Earth's population is 8.2 billion. But a study in Finland found that we might be undercounting rural populations
Oh.
by a lot. They didn't give a number, but they say there might be billions more people that we haven't accounted for.
Oh yeah. You ever see the videos of those islands that are you've nobody's ever been to them?
Yeah.
They're throwing
Yeah.
spears at like
I don't
helicopters
believe.
and
I don't
stuff.
believe that anymore.
Those are true.
I don't know. I believe there's that one island.
Yeah.
I saw just recently. I saw where I don't know how old this was, but they give them a 20-ounce plastic bottle of Coke, and they just give it to them, and they're like looking at it and stuff, and they're biting at it and trying to
Right.
bite it open. And
You talking about that movie?
no,
Oh.
that's the one where it hits
Yeah,
them on the head
yeah.
and stuff.
Now Elon's giving those guys the internet.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, did you wasn't there like one town that got the internet and they spent like the first like 20 hours watching porn,
all porn.
or
Yeah,
something?
they
Yeah.
all became addicted to porn
It was
immediately.
insane.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens though. Yeah, there was another one where they were talking to the guy, whatever, and the guy literally is just saying that he's going to eat the interviewer because they're cannibals.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, no, don't do that. He's
Yeah.
going to try and eat you. And they're like, oh, okay, well, we'll leave. Yeah, so it looks like there might be billions more people that we didn't even know about. The White House Easter egg roll will have corporate branding for the first time. Companies can pay for things like naming rights for key areas at the event and for custom branding their Easter baskets. Packages range in the price from $75,000 to $200,000.
Really trying to raise money for this country.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
trying to make money. Don't just in the top of your head.
Mhm.
Okay, so we have the gold card, the gold green card.
Yes.
Okay, that's $5 million that'll
Right.
expedite your entrance into the United States.
Yeah.
$5 million. We sold 1,000 of them.
Mm-hmm.
How much money is that?
5 million plus times 1,000 is 5 billion.
Yeah, I could not wrap my head around it, and I tried to do it on the calculator, and it was too long for the calculator. I had to go and
Because
ask
100
Bailey.
would be
Yeah,
500.
I know. It seems like it should make more sense, but I was stumped. I was just sitting there and I couldn't figure it out. So we made $5 billion already
Huh?
on allowing who knows who to just waltz their
I
way
think we
right in.
check them. I think we check them a little bit. You know.
But also that money
It's a
probably
soft check.
comes back to us.
Well,
Like back.
that's
you know
what we
I mean?
hope, Carmen.
Yeah.
That's the plan. We hope that it comes back to. We hope all this money that Elon Musk is saving in the wasteful government spending is coming back to us in some way. Now,
The
if it
people.
does, we'll see. We have no idea.
Yeah. Because they had floated out the idea of cutting a check for people, but
I did get pretty cheap gas yesterday.
oh, yeah.
Yeah. I will say gas on our travels where it went down to like at one point, like last month, it was $3.27. We got gas at like $2.83.
Wow,
That's
they're below 3.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like that was huge. We're like, oh.
When it
And-
goes that low, I just spray some on my car.
No,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
that's not.
Get a little extra out.
Don't
The
do
fact
that.
in New Jersey, you can't pump your own gas.
No, yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's
great.
still
That
that's wild.
is the greatest
Yeah.
thing
It's great.
ever.
You just
I
pull
loved
up.
it.
Wait.
It was awesome. Like,
Yeah.
why are we not doing this everywhere?
Right.
well, they
gives
used to.
Yeah.
Give somebody a job.
I'm like, fill it up, chief.
Yep, and then ask them to look under the hood, check my oil.
Yeah.
Do my windows.
I'm like, this is awesome.
Well, I made so much money when I was worked at a gas station just from tips.
Yeah. Well, I tried to tip the place I went. I tried to tip, and they wouldn't accept it.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Now, why is that the law in New Jersey or whatever? Like, what is the reasoning behind that?
Behind no tipping or behind no
The
pumping?
gas pumping.
I don't
Yeah.
know. It's just I guess like Galvin said, everybody did it, and then they started phasing
They
it
may
out
have
after
a
while.
union or something.
Yeah.
They may have a union. It's a lot like in New York, like for radio stations, you can't run the board. They
Right.
have to have an engineer run the board.
Right.
So it just all
Like-
depends on how they have it set up with unions and doing different things.
I tried to tip, and they would not accept it.
Yeah.
How much do gas pumpers make?
So I remember when I worked there, I only made like $3 an hour. But even keep in mind, I was in the 80s.
Could you get tips?
And I got paid $3 an hour, and I got tips. But
Okay.
but a lot of the guys would come in and they'd go fill it up and check the oil, and then they'd pop their hood, and I would check their oil to see if they needed oil. And if they needed oil, I'd put oil in. And sometimes they would need air in their tires, those sort of things. But you get $3 here, $5 here, depending on what you had to do.
All the
So-
people that pumped my gas, they seemed very excited to be doing it.
Yeah, they're probably getting $13 an
Yeah,
hour.
they were
Hourly
very-
hourly wage, $16 to $20 an hour.
Right.
Yeah, there you go.
Right. So
Okay.
on top of that, they're doing your gas pumping and at $16 an hour. Of course, they don't. Their company probably tells them don't take tips.
Yeah.
Carmen, believe it or not, when people are properly compensated, they're happy to do their job.
No way,
Yeah,
Galvin.
that's a thing.
I like
you
that.
are crapping me.
Fill it up, champ.
That's wild. Former U.S. Representative Maya Love from Utah died on Sunday at the age of 49, according to her family.
That is
Wow.
sad news.
No point.
That was a controversy because Tony tried to pick her.
Tried to get her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love, who was the daughter of Haitian immigrants and the first black Republican woman elected to Congress, passed away peacefully, surrounded by family there.
I mean, it's certainly sad that she died,
Sure.
and now we know who she is. But
It sounds like she's kind of a big deal.
not a celebrity. She is
Not a celebrity.
Not a celebrity. That's the whole thing. Is a celebrity death pool.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, on other celebrity death pool news, Knobs, who I thought was a shoo-in, no pun intended, seems to be up and around
Oh, good.
and going back home to his hotel where he's been living since the hurricanes,
Oh, yeah.
which is still terrible, but at least he's up and around.
Right.
We should try and call him later, Carmen. Now that he's up and around,
Okay.
yeah,
sure.
just to check
Yeah.
in with him.
Yeah. That's good. You don't want knobs.
No, you love
on there.
Knobs.
Yeah.
You love Knobs, and it looks like he still has his foot, so we didn't get the foot.
Well, I'd rather he gets to
Good.
keep it. It'd be
Yeah.
nice to have.
I know, but it would be so
would
great.
it?
It would be so great if we called him Brian Nubbs from now
Yeah.
on. And had his foot here in formaldehyde. The
I'm telling you,
ultimate-
Lucite's the way to go.
or Lucite.
Yeah, I
that would
think
be
that's
pretty
the way
cool
to
too. Yeah,
Or
I think you'd sign it.
we could do it. We could do it in formaldehyde, and then have like a thing where if you land a dime on his toe, you win. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
one of
put
those
the-
things.
yeah. You have a quarter in there.
A 20-year-old man is suing United Airlines after a pilot opened a bathroom door and yanked him out for taking too long. He had been in there for 30 minutes and told them through the door that he was just constipated. He says that his pants were still around his ankles when the pilot flung the door open. Get out of there. You're 30 minutes. Come
You're
on.
constipated.
I'll be constipated in your seat.
Yeah.
No, if you have to go, what are you supposed
He
to do?
doesn't have to go. He was
Yeah.
constipated.
Thought he had to go.
Yeah.
You don't know what I'm
Oh.
doing in there.
But also, haven't you ever had that like belly rumble where
Yeah.
you're just like you're scared and
Yeah.
like it's uncomfortable and you're like you just feel better knowing that
Okay,
you're
but
by the
also
toilet.
all the other people need to use the toilet. You know?
Yeah, I get. Yeah, I get it. Listen, I understand, but that's the worst feeling ever.
I don't know how women of any size use the toilet on an airplane, let alone fat women. It is the smallest, most uncomfortable, vertically positioned place I've ever been in my life. I don't know how you sit on that toilet. I have had often had the fear of being on a flight and having to go a dookie, and that is one of the things that I'm most petrified about because I don't know what I would do. I don't know what I would do, and the only time I've ever had to do it was going to Japan where the bathroom was so big it didn't matter. But how women have to sit on that thing, and my wife thinking about her changing a baby's diaper in there. That is amazing. It's just a real, they got that slanted roof coming down on your head, and you're being over 6'4".
Yeah.
I mean, that's got to be crazy.
I rarely, maybe have to urinate, but rarely ever have to go on the plane. But yeah, even the, going in there to urinate, you're like, okay, well, I'm going to turn this way and do this. And
when we were going to Germany, if I would have had a poop on the plane, we would have had major problems.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I would have been like, Gio, you got to help me.
You think by now, though, they would have done something to increase the bathroom size.
No,
No,
you kidding me?
they
They're
keep
making
making
seats smaller.
Yeah. They're trying to make people stand up
Yeah.
on planes so they can fit more in there.
They also don't want you hanging out in there for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So naked.
the pilot will rip you out of there. This is not a hot or not.
Okay.
Because you'll understand once I give you the nickname of the girl.
Okay.
Looks like Hot Mugshot Girl decided to stretch her 15 minutes of fame into a half hour. She got arrested again.
But I don't remember who she was.
Well, if you're new to this, if you're just
Yeah.
catching up, she is a 20-year-old girl named Lily Stewart. She goes to the University of Georgia. I'm sending you the picture right now, so you can look on your phone there. I sent you the picture of Hot Mugshot
Yeah,
Girl.
this is fairly new.
She went viral last week thanks to the mugshot that she took. So I think it was when we were off that she took. And she had got arrested earlier in the month, whatever, but the mugshot came out. Cops threw her in jail again. She got pulled over, blah, blah, blah. TMZ says she got arrested again the other day for not for speeding. They charged her with loitering and obstructing an officer. So I don't know what the hell her deal is, but
She's probably trying to get arrested.
Yeah.
Seems like it worked
that's
out
what
well
they
for
say
her.
is, she's turning her 15 minutes into a half hour.
And she already had as a lawyer that got her out of the other one. So I
Yeah.
imagine her parents are loaded, and she
It's
just
like,
know.
hey, yeah. You get arrested again, it'll probably make you even more famous.
Right.
Yeah, and now you're going to have a podcast. But she is attractive. She's 20-year-old, college girl, whatever. So.
Yeah, I didn't remember her getting in trouble the first time, but I did see her picture this time, and she's pretty hot.
Yeah.
She's got crazy eyes, though. That's like,
Yeah.
That's
some crazy eyes, for sure.
Did you see, have you been following Ellie Shava?
Oh, yeah. I've been following her for a long time.
I think she was at Janice.
she's fake.
Yeah, I know she's
Yeah,
fake,
yeah.
but I can't stop watching it now.
Yeah.
When she says to me, have you ever seen it, Carmen?
No.
So the account is called My Foreign Roommate, and it's supposedly like somebody's college roommate, and she's a foreign girl, and she's like, "Hi, it's Ellie Shava, and I'm here at concert, and I'm so excited."
Yeah.
Like she says, she's Borat is how
Right.
Gio
Says
put
everything
it.
wrong.
Yeah, and but she's amusing, and if you buy into it for a minute, even if you know it's fake, it's funny.
For a couple of weeks, I thought it was real because the
Oh,
first
really?
time I saw it was back at football season.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm at the football game. I'm so excited. They scored a
Yeah.
touchdown. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And then I realized if you go on Reddit and she's fake and she's playing a character, which I think is brilliant.
Yeah.
Because she's got
doing something at
She's
least.
got a huge following now.
Yeah.
People that think she's like this Borat.
Oh, she got up on stage
character.
at Janice. I think it was Janice. It looked like it, but she got up on stage and introduced the band or whatever, and the people went nuts when she said their name.
Apparently in Gainesville, she's like TikTok famous.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's
because
so
she
funny.
goes to the University of Florida.
Yeah, it got me. I watched all her videos, but they're mean to her. They push her and they get her drunk.
She's doing. They're funny videos.
Yeah.
I laugh.
Yeah, I like a good gimmick.
Even when I figured out that she was faking the whole time and she's
Right.
not really Ali Shava.
It's still a good.
The magic was gone a little bit,
Yeah.
but I'm still here.
Yeah.
So we had Hot Mugshot Girl. Couldn't do, hot or not because her name's Hot Mugshot Girl. This one is a hot or not.
Okay.
In South Carolina, by the way, we already know this person's bad. You don't have to tell her she's bad. It's just hot or not. In South Carolina, officers with Gaffney Police Department said a teacher's assistant has been charged for slapping a special needs student on the head. Police say Sarah Jane Johnson, who is 21 years old, was charged with cruelty to children and released on a $2,500 bond. Staff members at Gaffney High School saw Johnson slapping a 17-year-old special need boy in the head, according to the officers. Police say Johnson, who had been employed by the Cherokee County School District for just over a year, submitted her resignation and turned herself in before being released. She is 21 years old, South Carolina. She's a teacher's assistant working with special needs kids. Apparently got so frustrated, slapped one of them in the head. Mike Calta, hot or not?
A couple of things. I'm gonna have to dig deep on this one.
All right.
21.
21.
That's a good sign.
Okay. Sarah Jane Johnson.
That's also a good sign.
Mhm.
Has good looking girl guilt. I'm gonna work with special needs kids because the Lord made me so perfect. So I'm gonna say she's hot.
Okay. You're
and,
going
and
hot.
you listen to me. You shouldn't be hitting any kids when they're in school, especially special needs kids. But also, there's a breaking point that people get to. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe don't work with special needs. kids then.
Don't work with any
you
kids.
have that breaking
don't work
point.
with any kids.
Oh, my wife is a teacher. She's had kids punch her.
Oh.
She should be able to hit the max.
Yeah.
If I went to the school and if they said to me, Mr. Calta, your son hit Mr. Wendell, and that's why Mr. Wendell hit him back, I'd say good for you. There's no hitting Mr. Wendell.
Yeah.
Unless Mr. Wendell tried to diddle you or do something that was so. Now, I don't want Mr. Wendell putting his hands on my son either. But if Joey did it first and this guy slugged him back, then Joey deserved it.
Yeah.
All right. So Mike says hot.
Hot.
Gio,
Sarah
what do
Jane
you
hot
think?
face.
21, teacher's assistant. What are you, South Carolina?
South
Yeah.
Carolina.
Oh, yeah. Southern Belle. Super hot.
Okay. Carmen, what do you got?
See, a teacher assistant that sleeps with a student, hot. A teacher assistant that hits a student, not hot.
Interesting.
Oh.
Interesting.
All right.
Yeah.
So Carmen says not
Different
hot.
abuse.
Gio and Mike both say hot. Take a look at your phone. You can look on Bone TV. We have it on there. I'd like to introduce you to Marla.
Yeah.
Marla Hooch. Damn
I
it.
was wrong.
Marla Hooch.
It was
Damn
wrong.
it.
Oh, yowza.
Oh,
By the way, 21. Good grief.
that's a rough 21.
Yeah.
Especially when you look at the mugshot above the one that you sent us.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, that is not hot.
That goes from 20 to 21 there. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, not hot. Definitely not hot.
Not even close.
And we know, bad person. We got it.
Oh, definitely bad.
Yeah, just
Her-
hot or not.
Her face, though, says, yeah, I hit him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn
Yep.
right I hit him.
And uses the R word a lot.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%. A 24-year-old guy in Australia got arrested for buying a small amount of plutonium online.
Well,
His lawyer says he's just a science nerd with a weird hobby. He wanted to collect all the elements on the periodic table. He wasn't trying to do
but
anything.
who is he getting plutonium from? That's
Yeah.
where they should go.
You get it for the Libyans.
Yeah,
No,
go to the mall.
I don't think the Libyans have it anymore. They sold it all. No, seriously though, that's like the guy buying child porn. Yeah, that guy should get in trouble. But the guy he's buying the child porn from, that's the guy they should go after.
Yeah.
That's the guy who has all the child porn.
all of them, though.
Yeah. But that seems to me, I don't know. But I heard that Bill Gates has all of the elements. He's
Really?
got a periodic chart with in clear cases that have all the elements in it. That's pretty cool.
Great Doc Brown line. I'm sure that plutonium is available in every corner drugstore in 1985,
Right.
but in 1955, it's a little hard to come by.
Joe, I just sent you something. Sorry, yeah.
Oh, you made me nervous.
Yeah.
I was in the middle of something there.
Plutonium.
A nutritionist says eat like a baby if you want to be healthy. That diet is going viral. It's got three main parts. Eat small,
Breast milk.
healthy meals or snacks for every 2 to 4 hours. Eat slowly. Give yourself time to get full and avoid mindless munching. If you're a baby, you're not getting, you have to get the stuff through your parents. So
Yeah, that's hard to do.
Well, but if you're eating small amounts, you're eating every 2 to 4 hours, and then you're not snacking in between, which you wouldn't be because if it's every 2-4 hours, which also, by the way, baby food is really good for you. It's packed with protein. A lot of bodybuilders eat baby food.
Really?
Oh yeah. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
It's disgusting for sure, but it is it's good for you. It's packed with all kind of vitamins and minerals and everything.
Ugh. I don't know. I ordered from Hooters the other day.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Back, baby.
Is that why you're not running the 5K?
Just got crab legs.
Oh.
No chicken wings. No
Really?
nothing else. Yeah.
That is some major self-control.
No self-control. Well, self-control was Saturday.
To not order wings at Hooters, to me
Self-control
is-
was Saturday when I went to Hooters
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
to go see Joe.
Because you got to
Right.
smell the Hooter wings.
Oh my god! And it was a beautiful day. We were sitting
Oh.
outside, and it was so Saturday morning after Pipple Toddler. I woke up, and Joe had his gig over there at the original Hooters in Clearwater. So I drove over there, and I hung out over there. And unbeknownst to me, my father showed up there because he was picking up his crew stuff. So I hung out with my father for a little while and hung out with Joe for a little while, and then I did not order one that had an iced tea.
As soon as you get into the Hooters parking lot, you get the Walloons, Joe.
Yes, you do.
Oh, I was smelling it and I was wanting it, Gio.
The smell
Trust
of those
me.
wings hits you, and it's like, oh, goddamn, this is great.
Yeah.
I would also like to thank you guys for bringing our cruise documents.
I didn't bring any cruise.
Oh, I
documents.
didn't give any of those.
Oh, no. I'm going to be at the Brandon Hooters this weekend.
Oh.
I'll bring your cruise
Thank
documents.
you, Gio.
Yeah.
All right.
Appreciate
all
it.
right.
I don't know. I didn't. My father said I figured we should go to one of the cruise document parties so we could actually get our cruise documents. This year is exactly what he said, because I'm usually the one that gets them. I think his cruise documents from last year are behind me over here on the floor.
Yeah.
I'm not good at that stuff. So that was the second one. The first one was at Joyland. The second one was at the Hooters on Saturday, and then when's the next one?
I think this Saturday, the Brandon Hooters
Okay.
from 12 to 2. I'll be there.
I'm not going to make any optimistic post about that one, Gio. I don't know if I'm going to be there.
It's all right. It's all right.
I feel like I should get a little credit though for saying that I was going to show up at Joe's and actually showing up for that one. Thank you. Very
Oh,
much.
I
give you
didn't
credit.
remember you saying that you were going to go there.
Yeah. I remember because Joe said Joe thought it was at 5 o'clock, and then I was like, well, then I'm out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but it was noon, so I went by there.
I will be eating chicken wings. I'm not going to.
That's the worst.
You're not
Yeah.
trying to get ready for the cruise or the 5K?
Both.
You are what you are?
I could have a couple chicken wings here and there.
Now your wife is going?
I don't even know now.
Oh, you better decide.
Yeah, we got to figure it out.
Things went sour on the trip.
On the cruise?
No. Now my daughter has a soccer thing, and it's just a mess.
I said to my wife again, you sure you don't want to go on the cruise? Because she said, I want to go on a cruise. I go, well, you want to go on mine? She goes, no, not that one. I said, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Make it easy.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell your daughter she's not going to play pro? Like, not that she
Oh
couldn't.
my god!
No. I'm saying not that she couldn't, but like, there's no pro ladies.
Well, no, yeah. I mean, she loves what she loves to do.
Is she just going to do it in college?
I mean, maybe.
Is that the whole point? Yeah.
Yeah,
Look, I
possibly.
get it. My daughter plays volleyball, and she's okay, but the volleyball team stinks. They lose all their games. The coaches stink, and I'm
Yeah.
like, why are we wasting our time here?
My daughter's actually she had a pretty good team, but it's what she loves to do. And in 2 or 3 more years, she's a teenager. She'd be not going to be a kid anymore. I'm not going to have any of this stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's like
No,
I
I
tell her
get
you
it,
love to
yeah.
go on cruises.
yeah.
Do you love to go on cruises, Gio?
Listen, he went on. I saw a picture that somebody posted the other day of the COVID cruise. It was just me and you.
Yeah.
Just me and you on the meet and greet.
That was weird.
It was sad. It was sad.
Bobby was there.
And Bobby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like, yeah, you gotta get vaccinated. We're like, we're out.
Yeah, that's so weird. Nobody wanted to go. Nobody wanted to get vaccinated.
How about this? This is so weird. This is such a I don't know what goes into the thought process here, but someone is selling Garfield themed T-shirts on Etsy that make light of 9/11. It's Garfield, but he's shaped like an airplane, and he's flying into 2 pans of lasagna,
Oh.
standing on edge, so they look like the Twin Towers. And the caption says, "I'll take 911 orders of lasagna."
Why?
Moose, come on, Moose.
Because people are crazy. Here, I'm sending it to you guys right now. You can see it on Bone TV, but there it is on your phone.
Oh my
I just
God.
went to the 9/11 memorial for the first time.
Yeah.
It's pretty wild.
It
like
is.
to
It's pretty
finally
sad.
when you finally see just the size of those holes,
Yep.
it's pretty crazy.
It says 9/11 with a question mark, and then it has Garfield as a plane flying into 2 pans of lasagna, and it says, "Yeah, I'll take 911 orders of lasagna."
I mean, I love
Is this one of those things? Like I come across this woman who every once in a while when she's in China or Japan, she'll go into a store that sells American clothing.
Yeah, that doesn't translate properly.
Yeah, like the T-shirts will just say my beautiful sunshine toes. Like they'll just say weird things on them because they just want American slogans.
Right, and there's a lot of places that don't know, like they have big and tall, whatever. This just says, "Hey, fatso,"
Yeah,
or
yeah,
different
yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah,
Yeah, so I wonder if this is just a really bad.
maybe.
I don't know.
I don't recall the Garfield episode where he's an airplane though. I
Yeah,
don't-
you have to
No.
think. What is it, John Davis that does?
I think so,
Garfield,
yeah.
Right. What, you
Jim.
have Jim Davis. He has to be like, "Come on, guys,
Yeah.
please don't use
Yeah.
my friendly cat that I made. Iconic cartoon about flying into
That's weird.
Twin Towers."
I used to love the Garfield cartoon.
Yeah. Today is a couple different
real
days.
quick, can we back it up to Garfield for a second?
Hmm?
Did you ever see the movie with Bill Murray voicing Garfield?
Yes.
Do you know the story behind this?
No.
How they got Bill Murray to voice Garfield? Do you know this?
I do.
The movie was done by a pair of brothers.
Yeah, it's like a CGI Garfield.
Right, but
Yeah.
they were made. There was like a brothers who directed the movie, and Bill Murray thought it was the Farrelly brothers that did like Dumb and Dumber. and all those
really?
movies. Yeah, he made a mistake. He thought that it was that, and he showed up and realized he had the wrong thing, and he was like, "All right, well, I'm here anyway." And he did.
And he's probably just in the recording booth, just recording Garfield lines.
Recording Garfield.
I remember that being pretty funny for a kids movie.
Yeah, I saw it in the theater because
Yeah,
my
it was-
kids was little, but
it was good.
And it's just so. It's so funny that that's how Bill Murray, because he has no agent, and that's how he does stuff. He just goes and
He's great as the Garfield voice.
oh, it's funny. It's funny.
It fits.
Yeah.
It makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey guys, I'm in a Fairley Brothers movie.
No, it was some other brothers
Yeah.
that did the movie. Yeah.
So today is two different national days. Today is National Cocktail Day.
Okay, not for me.
Have a cocktail today,
All right.
Joe.
Ooh.
You want a cocktail?
Maybe I might have one later.
Mm.
All right. It is also Gio. You just had them. National Cheesesteak Day.
Yes.
Oh,
May I suggest Lefties? Lefties is so
Oh.
good, man.
is that here?
Yeah. It's right there on Dale Mabry and Carrollwood. It's really good. I think they have one over in Brandon, but that one right there, that's the one that I was talking about before, and then went in there, and some guy was like, I'm in here because you talked about it. It's really good.
When
May I suggest New York to Philly?
Oh,
Oh my goodness.
I thought it was NY to Philly.
NY to Philly. They say New York to Philly, but if you Google it, it's NY
Oh.
to Philly. So it's a whole anyway. You know what I mean? You can find it so good.
And what does that mean? They have everything from New York to Philly in there? Like you want
They-
pizza or
Yeah,
you
they
want
have
cheesesteak?
They
Pizza
have
or
both, yeah.
cheese sticks, yeah.
And they have like their different cheesesteaks that they have. They have the Rocky Balboa. They have
Okay.
The Adonis,
Yeah.
which has hot peppers. That's one I like. They have one. They do it with like the real cheese whiz.
the Apollo Creed.
Yeah.
They. Oh my. Oh, okay. I'll get one today.
Oh,
Okay, I'm gonna
I
get one.
sat in 40 minutes of traffic through Philadelphia to go to Delisandro's, and it was very, very
Worth
good.
it?
It was very good, yes. I liked it a lot.
I don't.
Sad news, legendary boxer George Foreman died on Friday. He was 76 years old. Mike Tyson tweeted out that Foreman's, quote, contribution to boxing and beyond will never be forgotten. Of course, big rumble in the jungle with Ali.
Yeah.
I think Ali said Foreman was the hardest puncher he's ever been in the ring with. Came back when he was, 40?
That was the thing, the big comeback for him.
The comeback, and he beat Michael Moore. And Michael Moore was winning on the cards, and they told him, stay away from him, get on your bike, stay away from him, don't let him catch you. Caught him. Michael Moore said 13 more seconds, and I would have had the Michael Moore grill instead of the George Foreman grill.
That's a great line.
Yeah. He said, he goes, it was totally my fault. Foreman caught him, and Foreman had a hard punch, man.
I didn't realize he was sick or not doing well or anything. I mean, 76.
Yeah,
but still.
76. But
76 for a guy who's in as greatest shape as he's in.
I feel like he was still doing press and out doing things.
Right.
I don't know.
Like he just died suddenly.
Right.
That's weird.
He must have made more money with the grill than he did in boxing.
Oh, I would assume all of his endorsements
Yeah.
probably brought him more money. Yeah.
But also getting punched in the head for how many years?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That can't be good.
He
Carmen
never seemed
has,
punch drunk though.
Has
No.
seven kids. Can you name them?
Who?
George Foreman.
Oh, George.
That's correct. They're
You're
all
right.
named George.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stop.
I
Okay.
swear.
It's like George the Second, George Jr.,
Yeah.
George the Third.
Yeah, I think he has daughters, Georgetta.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Seriously,
Yeah.
yeah. But he has.
Hey, George is a great name. All right.
But can you convince your wife? Like, if I said to my wife, we're going to name my son Michael and then my daughter Michaelina,
Yeah.
she'd be like, "No, we're not, idiot."
I feel like George Foreman, the last famous George. George Clooney, I guess.
Yeah, Clooney's up there.
But there's not any new. There's no up and coming Georges anywhere.
Well, it's a lot like Pamela. There's not going to be
Yeah.
a lot of Georges
Yeah.
dying off.
It's an
You're
old-
not a George to us.
Yeah.
You're
Good.
a Geo.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, George Foreman dead. George Foreman, two-time heavyweight champion, Olympic gold medalist.
Been on the show, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Had one of the best lines ever. I said, "Who would you rather watch your children, Mike Tyson or Michael Jackson?" Because it was a long time ago. And he said, "Oh man, that's tough. One want to touch him, the other one want to eat him."
And remember, Evander Holyfield tried to have his grill.
Oh yeah.
He said it was 4 times better. 4 times.
Well, doesn't Hulk Hogan claim that the grill was going to be his first?
Yeah.
But it
Passed
did.
on
He
it.
passed it up
Yeah.
or something.
I don't believe that story.
Never know. How about this? Joe Gatto from Impractical Jokers
Yeah.
has been accused of sexual assault by one woman and sexual harassment by another.
Now, if I had to make a list of top 5 people I would think that wouldn't do this, he'd be on my list.
But wasn't that kind of like the reason why he stepped away from the show, because he was having problems with his wife
Right.
at the time, but they wouldn't talk about what the problem
Yeah, it
was.
was a weird
Oh,
situation.
yeah.
He
where
was just
stepped
like-
away, and nobody really knew, and there was like something with his wife.
Well, they
Bam.
got separated, didn't they? Or they were getting divorced.
But they got back together or something like that. But that was the reason why he left the show. He said, I need to focus on my family.
So Gatto denied the assault claim, but admitted to using poor judgment.
Yeah.
So we don't know what that means.
Well, I don't know the details of the assault claim. Like, was it
Yeah.
a physical assault or?
It says sexual assault by one woman, sexual harassment by another. He said he denied the assault
I
claim.
know one
but
of them has
admitted
got
to-
some text messages going around with it.
It was like some DMs of him. It was weird. I didn't really
And-
understand. He was like, push the elevator button and come up and let me know when you're in the elevator. But it didn't seem like
Well, I think she was trying to prove that he did invite her up to his room.
his room.
Because I
Right.
saw a picture of her ass and it was all black and blue.
But here's the other thing: is you have Joe Gatto, who is just a regular dude who gets famous, super famous, all of a sudden when he's in his late 40s, early
Yeah.
50s, whatever this that, and women are probably throwing themselves at him and stuff, and he probably did a little show this or let's see that, whatever, or something. Which if you're married, you probably shouldn't be doing, but all of a sudden you're in trouble.
And the sexual harassment, what I read is they met on set. He first met her when she was 15, but there was no contact, communication, whatever.
Yeah.
But after she turned 18, he was like, you should give me a shoulder rub. And he would ask about her personal sex life and dating life, and was very and then get mad if she didn't want to talk about it, is what she said. And this was the person who alleged sexual harassment.
Hold her down, Q.
All right.
But he's so annoying. I never know what's like real and what's, you know what I'm saying? Like
With
if
any
he's
of
like,
them.
Tell me about your thing. You ever make Sweet Love to Horse?
Yeah.
He's just so rambling.
Am
I
I
don't
on
know.
the show right now?
Right,
What's
that's the thing.
happening?
I don't know. I look. I'm not. I'm just talking in generalities. I don't really know the situation. I don't know. All of those guys are kind of a mystery. Sal, I remember Bobby and I had Sal on the podcast one time, and Sal said, "Just don't bring up my wife." And I was like, "What's going on with his wife?" He's like, "I don't know. I don't think anything. They just didn't want to talk about his wife." And I thought, it's fine if he just wants some privacy there, but why go out
I
of your
didn't
way
even know
to
he
say
was
that?
married.
Exactly. Like,
Maybe that's why.
But is that why?
Maybe.
Keep
Maybe.
it secret?
Yeah, it was weird.
Out on the road, you don't want any ladies knowing he's married.
Oh yeah, like that'll stop him. I don't wear my wedding ring because my wedding ring is too big for my hand and it just hurts my fingers. Like you could see my finger is like kind of bent a little bit, and it's just uncomfortable. And everybody's like, "Oh yeah, sure, that's why you don't wear it." And I go, "Oh, what do you think? The ring is once the ring is off, the ladies are chasing me around
What's
the
up,
building."
They said
Yeah.
the ring actually attracts more.
Attracts
women.
more
yeah.
women.
Yeah.
I can tell you, Joe Gatto's wife, Bessie, has deactivated her Instagram.
Oh yeah, she don't
Yeah.
want to deal with this.
I wonder if she looks like a Bessie.
Yeah, not a good
she-
name.
Yeah, but she looks like his wife.
A lot-
She looks like early Impractical Jokers. They got married, had kids. Like, she's not bad. She's not famous. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She
You're right.
looks like they should be together
Yeah,
in the average life, in the average world.
Okay.
old Bessie.
Bessie.
But that name, is that
Bessie.
short?
Bessie is a name for
A horse.
Oh, I was going to say a
course.
cow.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, any
Yeah.
farm animal.
It's
would
like
be named
anytime you see a
Aw.
cow, it's Bessie.
That's really Carmen. He's right. That is a cow horse name.
Yeah.
I know,
Yeah.
but when I'm looking at a woman named Bessie, it makes me feel bad.
Well, her parents' fault. It's not your
I used
fault.
to get up every morning to the farm and milk Bessie.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So did Joe until the Chargers came out.
There was trouble.
Mike, you'll be very excited to know that Kiss are set to return to the stage for their first live performance in 2 years. Remember, it's over. They retired. It's all done.
You wanted the best, you got the best.
You're being facetious, but I think I am a little excited about this. Continue reading.
Well, we got some good news
That's
involved in it and stuff. According to an email sent out to followers of the recently updated Kiss Online website, the group will perform an unmasked live show as part of a 3-day Kiss Army Storms Vegas event. Special guest Bruce Kulick.
Oh.
And who else? Who else did you hear?
Well, I saw that it said members, so I thought Ace Frehley.
Yeah, I don't know whether it's going to be Ace and Peter, but that's a possibility, whatever. But I know that Bruce is going to be involved. And the event is scheduled to take place in Vegas at the Virgin Hotel, Las Vegas, November 14th through the 16th. My birthday, November 14th.
I can't think of anything I'd want to do less than be trapped in the middle of a bunch of Kiss fans at a Kiss 3-day event.
Oh, they're going to take over the whole town.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. There's a bunch of fat Gene Simmons faces everywhere.
How is Kiss not doing the Sphere? That would be awesome.
Because it's probably going to be more people at the other thing.
Yeah,
the Sphere
that's
probably
true.
doesn't hold, you know.
And it looks like Gene Simmons canceled a bunch of his tour dates.
Canceled them all.
Yeah. Well, is it all now?
Yeah, no.
I know there was a
ticket
big
sales.
chunk that
nobody's going to see Solo Gene.
Yeah,
Well, remember he was selling the $15,000 roadie
be a
spot?
roadie
Yeah.
and do all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
You can hang out with me if you pay the right price for the whole day. You can carry my jockstrap and everything else.
do you want to see? I know you don't want to see
Yeah.
Kiss, but I'm saying if you're a Kiss fan, do you want to see Kiss unmasked or do you want to see Kiss full makeup?
I think at this point it doesn't matter. I think if you get the opportunity to see Kiss with Ace Frehley, that would mean more to them than the makeup.
Well, didn't they, when they had their last show, they refused to let Ace
Yes.
be on the show? It
The
was
hard,
like he
the
was
Rock and
pushing-
Roll Hall of Fame.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame
Yeah.
and everything. Yeah.
But even like on the farewell tour, like he was pushing to be at like the last couple shows, and
Yeah.
they said no way.
Yeah. And then there was a fight between Paul and Ace said, "You don't want the stuff that I have to come out."
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
I was
And
like,
it all
yes,
shut
I
it down.
do. Yes,
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
And then it just went away.
That's right.
I got in the middle and I negotiated between the two of them.
Because if you're talking about Kiss and you're talking about, listen, I like Kiss. I'm a fan of Kiss.
I don't dislike Kiss. I don't like Gene Simmons.
But the whole thing is Kiss 70s Kiss is Kiss, and that's Ace Frehley and Peter Criss.
Right. And look, I understand that Peter Criss has got or had drug problems and was not reliable, and the same thing with Ace, and you don't want them in the band anymore. But when you have an event like this, it's
Right.
not for you, it's for the
Right,
fans.
right.
Give the fans what they want. This is their 50th anniversary is what they're doing. 50th anniversary, how do you not have one show or at least a couple of songs with the original Kiss band?
What's going to happen is one of these guys is going to drop off dead soon.
Yeah,
Do you-
and then there's no chance of it ever
then
happening.
Yeah.
Do you know when we did the Cowhead roast that we almost lost Jim Norton and we lost Chris Jericho because they went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
Because they thought there would be an opportunity to see the entire Kiss band live together, and they were willing to change their plans for that. Jim Norton was willing to lose money on that. I mean, that's just crazy.
I
Yeah.
mean, if that's your band, that's what you do.
Yeah.
So with Kiss, you had Peter Criss was the drummer. Then you had Eric Carr, who passed away, the Fox, and then you had Eric Singer, who's in there now.
Okay.
And doing it,
Yeah.
and is doing the Peter Criss thing, whatever. But then guitarists, you had Ace Frehley, you had whatever that St. John guy was, you had Bruce Kulick, you
Oh, you're
had.
skipping one. The
Well,
one that
I'm
looks
not
like
going
a
in
girl.
order.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going in order, but
The one that looks like a lady.
yeah. Oh God, what is his name?
Oh.
He got in trouble for burying a bunch of dead animals in his yard and stuff.
That guy.
He had the onk.
Yeah.
Why can't I think of his name?
Vinnie Vincent?
Vinnie Vincent. Yeah, Vinnie Vincent Invasion he had for a while.
We had him on the show, didn't we?
No.
And then Tommy Thayer is in there now.
Yeah.
I don't know if there is any other ones. There might be another one.
Mark
too.
St. John?
That's the one, St. John, that I was saying.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so there's been a bunch of different guitarists. But yeah, I just,
Yeah, it says Vincent, Tommy Thayer, Bruce Kulick, and Mark St. John.
yeah.
And then Ace.
Yeah. Vinnie Vincent Invasion was pretty much Slaughter.
Right.
So I don't know. I couldn't care less. I mean,
If you're a Kiss, if you're going to this, you're excited that they're not in the makeup because you've already seen them in the makeup 1,000 times.
But they did, tours where they weren't in the makeup.
But a while, not recently.
No,
though.
no, it's been quite a while.
Yeah.
if you're there for 3 days, there should be 3 shows, and 2 of them, one should be in makeup, one should be without. That's it.
One
Give
should
them
be in
both.
makeup, one should be in out without, one should be in makeup with Peter and Ace.
Yes.
Because don't you have
100%.
to be with the fan club to even get this?
Probably,
Yeah.
yeah. Part of the Kiss Army.
You had to
Speaking
have
of
already purchased your Kiss coffin for the future before they'll let you go.
Speaking of 70s rockers, you know how we always joke about you're saying we need rain and looking at the birds and
Oh,
you're
yeah.
getting old and
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
This is a sign that you're getting old. Styx guitarist Tommy Shaw said that he spends as much on birdseed now that he used to spend on cocaine.
Wait.
He used to be buying cocaine, now just spending it all on birdseed.
Yeah. Well, listen, birds are special.
Styx out there still touring, sounding great. I love Styx. Morgan Wallen's new album, I'm the Problem, will have 37 songs on it
Wow.
when it drops on
Wow.
May 16th. So far, he's already released 7 of the songs. So you just
And the
released
album hasn't even come out
The
yet?
album hasn't come
Yeah.
out. It's
That's
still
funny.
got 30 more on the
Yeah.
album, though.
Yeah.
So it's not like you're getting ripped off or anything.
That's
I'm
true.
sure everybody's trying to get on the album too.
Oh,
to do
yeah.
a song with Morgan Wallen.
And remember, all the Swifties were all up in arms because it's "I'm the Problem" is the name of the album, and she has the
The problem is me.
that thing
Oh.
on her. Yeah,
He's now he's the problem.
I guess so.
Man, he is so big.
How about this? It is official. Tiger Woods is dating Donald Trump Jr.'s ex-wife Vanessa.
Tight.
Yeah.
She's super tight.
Put out pictures and stuff of them laying in a hammock
Yeah.
and canoodling and doing stuff.
But
and-
didn't he also say respect my privacy?
Listen, a lot of times these celebrities think that if they put it out there, then
Right.
you'll leave them alone. And the rumors were already going around that they were dating. So I guess they tried to put it out there.
Well, and I think they think also if they put it out there, then they don't have the paparazzi trying to get a picture of them together
Right.
so they can put it out, but they're still going to.
Do you know who the one celebrity that I've I'm on a lot of like PR lists. I get a lot of garbage of things I don't care about. And was the one celebrity who got married and released pictures of their honeymoon was Rob Schneider.
Nah.
And like, why would you send me this? And
Yeah.
he's like, well, we're putting out a release so that people don't clamor and give them their respect. I was like, shut up. Nobody cares about Rob Schneider getting married.
Thanks, Deuce Bigelow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw a video clip of Rob Snyder doing stand up, and some guy got mad and was walking on, and Rob Snyder goes, listen, it's America. You have the opportunity to go home, write an act, get up here on stage and sell out like I did. And everyone started.
Pretty
But
good.
that was pretty good.
Yeah.
And then he also was talking about the 50th anniversary of SNL, and he goes, I was there, and he goes, and Robert De Niro was there, and you know, I'm a very outspoken, I support Trump, and Robert De Niro doesn't like him at all, and this, that, and he goes, so I'm standing there, and people keep on nudging me
Yeah.
towards De Niro and everything, and he turns around, and he goes, Snyder, why? He goes, he makes you look like such an idiot. Why do you support him and this, that, and everything? And he goes, the whole time I was thinking, Robert De Niro knows who I am.
Oh, yeah. That's what I was just thinking.
Yeah.
I'm like, I
Yeah.
don't believe that happened.
Yeah, I don't think that happened either. I don't think that happened.
I think he definitely found his niche, like that conservative
Yeah, I guess
comic,
so.
and now it's
Yeah, any
made a lot
of
of
these
money.
idiots who couldn't attach themselves to anybody who tried so hard
Yeah.
to get the attention, they finally got a group that likes them. They're like, all right, that's my people. I shouldn't say idiots because some people like Jeff Dye realized the more he talked, the more people liked him, and he's like, well, I'm not holding back anymore, and he's been going crazy.
And next thing you know, you're doing spots on Fox News,
Yep.
and you know,
Owen Benjamin's looking more and more normal now than ever before.
Yeah, that whole thing was
Remember
wild.
Owen Benjamin was going nuts, but now he's kind of like the norm now.
You know, it's a funny thing. Do you remember Owen Benjamin, who he wanted to play?
No.
Do you know what his role was? Like he was like, I should be this. I should totally be this.
No.
Jack Reacher.
Oh,
He wanted
no.
to be Jack Reacher because he's 6'7",
No.
and, you know.
Yeah.
So he was like, I could totally play Jack
No,
Reacher.
No.
Finally, in news, and we have an insight on this, so we need to find out because I believe he was just with him this last weekend when he was down here. Ralph Macchio
Yeah.
says he's had talk with writers about a possible My Cousin Vinny sequel.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, does Tony? I'm sure Tony knows something.
yeah, but Pesci's so old and looks very old now.
But I mean, there's a lot of ideas that you could have, like a lot of ways to go with this. You know,
Like what, though? What it gets him in jail now?
his son. It's Ralph Macchio's son gets something or this, that,
What if now Ralph Macchio became an attorney because he's young in the movie?
he becomes an
He's
attorney.
the attorney now.
He has to go to the funeral for Vinny.
Vinny,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? Like something. And then
He becomes the Vinny?
He's the attorney now.
He be,
Oh
you
no!
know, I don't know.
You
I mean,
can't.
yeah.
You got to have Pesci as the attorney.
That movie is so good. It's so good.
And the whole fish out of water thing of him being in
Yeah.
the South, they can't do that again.
right.
How does Marissa Tomei still look gorgeous
Oh,
and Joe
God.
Pesci looks like he's on death's door?
Listen, I was just telling Galvin off the air. Galvin's wife, Melissa Dawson. There's a couple of people that we know that have just been. Let's be honest with you. You have baby's blood in your freezer. You can tell us.
Yeah.
There are certain people that just look so much younger than they really are, and have really stayed super healthy looking over the years. Marissa Tomei is a great example of that.
She just played Aunt May in Spider-Man. She looked
Yeah.
great.
She's still super hot.
Yeah.
I wonder how much older Pesci was than her whenever, we just was like, oh, yeah, that's his girlfriend.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
think about
yeah.
it now, he was probably like 25 years, 30 years older than her
Yeah.
in that movie.
I don't know. I don't know if Pesci can do. I think without Pesci, you don't
Well,
have a movie.
I think Pesci really retired, but then he did the thing with Pete Davidson.
He said he's not doing any more gangster movies. He's
Oh,
not
okay.
doing any more mob
Oh,
movies,
okay.
which I gotta imagine gets old after a while if you're
And
constantly just getting pitch mob
I'm
movies.
sure that's 99.9% of the stuff he's being offered.
And you've made a Goodfellas and Casino. What more do you need to do?
right.
Says Pesci was 49 in 1992 when it came out.
How old
49,
was she
and how old is she?
in 1992?
I'm gonna say she was like 28 or something.
Yeah, something like that. Something in her
28.
Oh,
Ah!
I nailed it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nailed it. But that's a typical New York relationship.
Yeah.
Older,
But I mean,
older guy with a little money.
I'm looking at a picture of her now, side by side with her in My Cousin Vinny, and she looks almost the same.
Yeah, she's pretty good.
I think she may actually look better.
Yeah.
Like in the Wrestler, I thought she looked so hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
But even that was 20 years
She
ago.
does
Right.
not, and her face does. She doesn't have like Hollywood plastic surgery
No.
face.
Yeah.
I love her.
She really is.
She is fantastic
Yeah.
in everything she does.
She's all right. She's all right.
There you go.
Well, there you go. That is it for news.
All right, Galvin, thank you.
Got it.
We must take a break. If you'd like to get through on the phone lines, 800-771-1025. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 1025 The Bone. Now, I am a big fan of Instagram. I would say that's my number one go-to for social media. Are you guys the same?
Yeah, for sure.
I rarely check. I know I shouldn't say I check Facebook every day, but it's more for email and hey, what do those people from high school do than anything else.
I don't have Facebook. I have Instagram. I have Twitter, which has gone by the wayside, and I have Threads, which I never have ever even looked at. Every once in a while, I'll come up in my Instagram feed of something on Threads, and I'll click on it, and I go, "That's stupid."
Yeah, I looked at it this weekend for the first time in a long time. But I'm on Instagram every day, a lot, posting, reading, looking at stuff.
I think my posts from Instagram go on my Threads.
Yes. So if I stop and look, if I'm thumbing through and I see Rhea Ripley from the WWE, who I find to be very attractive, and I watch a video of Rhea Ripley for 5 seconds, I am now getting inundated with Rhea Ripley videos in my algorithm. And I'm not saying if I search Rhea Ripley, if I just watch the video of her for 5 seconds, I'm getting inundated with it. So I don't know how big of news this is. And Gio, maybe you can Google this as I'm talking about it, but I follow a couple of alien conspiracy type Instagram accounts. A lot of them show videos or where supposedly spaceships flying over places, but I don't know. With these days, and my 12-year-old can make alien videos on her phone in 5 minutes. I don't know if that's right or wrong, if it's real or if it's fake. So I never know what's true, but I follow them because I find them to be pretty interesting, and also it looks pretty cool. I saw one the other day where it was a view from the space station of Earth during a nuclear attack, and it shows you how Earth just lights and then black, and then it's falling apart.
The AI videos now are getting so believable.
So good.
I saw a school bus that grew legs and started running down the street the other day, and it looks so goddamn real.
But some of these accounts will be like, this school bus was spotted in Mexico the other day, and it'll show you the running school bus. You're like, what?
I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah, so I don't know if this is because I watched it for 5 minutes the other day and then got inundated with it, or if this was such a big breaking news story, but I can't seem to find it anywhere else. I did go and Google it, and it came up as recent as like 2 days ago, but I can't figure out what's true and what's not. And what I'm talking about is the pyramids in Giza, the pyramids that we're all used to seeing. Evidently, they've used, now again, I'm saying this because I read this, but this may not be real. Evidently, they used this new radar technology to go under the pyramids. And what they discovered under the pyramids are structures that go deep into the bedrock that are taller than any skyscraper we have today underground. They are precisely placed next to each other, and the precision is so accurate and the depth is so deep that there's no way that this could have been done by hand. And now they're saying it's time to rewrite the history books. Now, they can't quite figure out what it's for and how it operated, but whatever it is, it was not man-made. And I can't figure out if it's true or not.
Well, this is from New York Post, and it says there's a vast underground city below Egypt's pyramids. Scientists wild theory claims, but experts debunk it as fake news.
Oh, well, there you go.
But it doesn't really give you like what the fake news is and stuff. So it says researchers claim they've discovered the legendary halls of Amonti in the vast city beneath Egypt's pyramids. Blah, blah, blah. Italian, Scottish scientists studying the pyramids. Groundbreaking study has redefined the boundaries, this and that, whatever. But scientists said that the located 5 small room-like structures inside the pyramids using synthetic radar. One structure contained a sarcophagus, mistakenly thought to be the pharaoh's tomb. The team said in a press conference, the group claims the 5 structures previously unknown before the images were found in the center of the pyramid, but it doesn't really go on to say why it's fake or what,
Right. Did someone release this too early, before, and then they were like, no, don't say anything.
Yeah.
No, don't say anything. Fake news.
Well, let me
ask,
what do you think? What do you think? Do you think the pyramids are man-made, and what do you think they are? Do you think they're just tombs? Or do you think that there's some sort of energy wrangler from, I don't know where? I mean, the fact that they're lined up under certain planets and, that kind of thing, I have no idea what they are, but it seems to me like there's way more to it. But I'm also somebody who wants to believe.
But it's also a lot of times, I don't know how they were built, how they did it. And there's a lot of things I don't know how it was built, how they did it, especially back then. But also, a lot of times when you're trying to find something, you're making it fit where they're perfectly lined under the different planets and stuff. Are they? Or do they go, they've been looking for so many different things. They figured that out. And if I threw a bunch of things in my backyard, would they line up perfectly to something? You know what I mean? Like, it's just sometimes you're trying so hard to find something that you make the stuff work that way.
But it also seems like there could have been an advanced civilization here before us, and their big thing is the reason why they don't believe that, or they're trying to disprove that, is because they didn't find any tools. But if they were so advanced, then they would have taken their tools with them.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
they help make the pyramid, show how to harness the energy of the sun or whatever you're getting, and then be like, all right, peace out. We're going back to our universe.
So the theories are fun, you know what I mean, to look into. But again, just to say regular people back in the day built this with just like mud and sand and water, that's insane, right?
I mean, I would say impossible.
Right.
Impossible. I don't care how many people. For them to be
that structurally sound and
to last all these years.
Right. There has to be something else.
Now, we would say though, if it turns out what this guy is saying is that there's an underground structure under there, the way he says with the precision and the depth that no way in the world they would be able to calculate without tools like that, it's got to be the help of somebody else.
Right.
There's no way that they did that on their own. If they did, then they were different and they were way more advanced than we ever gave them credit for.
I think there was definitely somebody else here at one point. And they left.
That's weird to think
These
about.
scientists apparently are going to have some type of press conference, said maybe next week.
Okay.
To show their evidence.
All right. So basically, it did happen the other day when I saw it, but the mainstream media didn't glom onto it like the.
Well, Joe Rogan's been talking about it, and that's where it's originating from.
Well, I know that Rogan's talked about it.
He's had some like historians on his podcast,
right?
And they've been talking about it, and says that's where that's kind of.
But there's also a lot of stuff that they built back then that's crazy advanced and stuff. The aqueducts, the Egyptian aqueducts, and the different stuff that they built. And yeah, I get it. I don't know how they. Well, they say there's a bunch of different ramps and different things that they did. You know, it's the same with like Stonehenge, how Stonehenge became, how that was put up, and they've showed that there is a possible way to do it, and they use like sticks, and they
Stonehenge makes me think that they were like, we too can build pyramids. Watch, and they built Stonehenge, and they were like, no, it's too much, and they just quit right after. Like they put up 3, and they were like, oh, that's enough.
It was like 8 stones. It's so heavy.
Yeah, it's way more big of a job than we thought it was.
The heaviest stones. Yeah, but I mean, there is tools because I saw a guy moving huge boulders and stuff, and it was one guy, and he was using like these levers and the way he did it and stuff, and it was like an ancient way that they said that they used to do it, and it was possible to do. And you have thousands of slaves doing work for you. It's not like you're worried about them working too hard, you know.
I don't know. I wish we had some answers. I wish in our lifetime before we left we get just a couple answers. You know.
What if you get that at the end? Like after you die? Yeah, you get the answers that you've been searching for, whatever the case may be. Like Galvin had that list, like the things that you'd want to know. What if that's part of that?
I was thinking about it, Carmen. If trying to see what could be in life after death based on facts. Okay, and you know I don't buy into the whole soul thing, and I don't buy into the whole. I don't know. Like,
what about the energy?
I don't buy into that. Your energy when you die, your energy just dissipates into the universe. It just goes away. It's non-used energy. You know what I'm saying?
I don't agree with you, but okay.
Right. But I like the energy that it takes me to get up and walk over there. If I don't get up, it's just unused energy. So it just goes away. It was never used, it was never created, and it was never put into motion. Okay. So anyway, so when you die, is all of that like the idea of going to a place where all your relatives are and it's the happier of the places and where everybody wants to go, like is that idea just fairy tale, just so that you don't live a whole life of just murdering people every day?
And a whole life in terror that you're one day going to die and just be nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Which seems to be the most logical thing.
I don't agree with that. Like, I don't think you
But you don't agree with it because you don't want to agree with it.
No, because there's been other studies that show like the energy of someone can be transferred and it just doesn't die like you think it is. Just because you had energy and you didn't use it doesn't mean that is wasted energy. Like someone's energy can be transferred and stuff. So I think it's more of like a reincarnation. Like you never just completely are dead. Like we are all part of our ancestors, right? Because of our DNA and how we're connected that way. But like you yourself, like you don't, like once you're dead, like your being isn't just dead.
I think it is.
Right. That's what you believe. I don't believe that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have any.
And there's no proof.
Exactly. There's no reason. There's no proof to say.
But there has been studies based on the energy being transferred from one person to another thing.
Yeah, I don't know about
But
that
the
either.
worst case scenario is that you're just dead, but you're still aware of everything.
Right. That's the worst.
Yeah.
Neil deGrasse Tyson said one that would make the most sense. They said, do you believe in life after death? And he said, yes. He said, I believe when you die, they bury you in the ground, your body decomposes, it goes back into the soil. That soil creates a tree, and that tree grows, and that tree gives fruit, and somebody eats that fruit, and that cycle just keeps going on. That's your life after death. That's what you get. And that, to me, seems the most realistic, even though I hope I'm wrong.
But eventually, that cell that was of was an apple is eaten, and that becomes the cell of the baby, and now you're
Right.
reincarnated into a baby. You know what I
Well,
mean? Like
yeah.
it's
But is
But
your
I don't-
conscience in
no,
there?
like
Yeah.
you don't get it, but I feel like every time you're reincarnated, you learn a little more.
But here's the thing also, Carmen, is if you have deja vu, if you have experiences where you're like, I've been here before, this happened before, or whatever, who knows?
I mean,
Whether
That's one thing I can't explain.
whether
those
that's
kids.
a window opening where you're like, for a second, you're like, wait a second, I've done this before,
Yeah.
but although you've never been to the place before, as far as you know.
Or think about those kids who talk about,
yeah,
like
that's
the
wild.
Civil War, and they're like, I was in this house, in this basement, hiding, and you're like, what the heck?
And they can, I was in World War II and I was a fighter pilot, and I
Yeah.
was with these people were in my company, and they named like 3 different people that were really.
And
in
they've
that,
never been in
yeah.
school, and they're not in school, they're not learning it or anything like that.
Right.
Like they just pull out of thin air. Like that has to be something that we hold inside of us when we come back. You know what I mean? But the older you get, the farther away from you get from that life, the less you remember.
Yeah, those unanswered things are something to make me think about it and go, how is that happening? I don't really quite understand it, but I don't know. I hope I'm wrong. This all started out from us talking about the old pyramid thing. I hope that in our lifetime we will get some sort of explanation of not only who helped build the pyramids, but maybe what the actual functions are and how they were used and what kind of energy was used there, or maybe when we figured it out, it shines some sort of beam that wake somebody else up, and next thing you know, we've got contact with somebody or a map of something.
Yeah, but they also they have cave drawings of different stuff, and they say if you look at it, that looks like it would be an astronaut.
Sure,
like it looks like it
Sure.
would be some sort of space
coming
craft.
down,
Yeah, and doing all that stuff. So who knows, man?
Yeah.
You want to make first contact. You want the aliens to be out there.
Something.
I think they're
I'm
going to
dying for
destroy the
something.
planet.
Yeah, I think if they come here, it's for the resources, and it's not good for
But
us.
Yeah,
I
not
think
good for
it's
us.
I think the reverse. I think they've been here already, and they were here so long ago, and they're so advanced that they don't really pay attention to us because we are the bugs.
So
to them.
far.
Yeah, I just feel if they can get here and we can't get there, where they've got the upper hand, and now we're like alien slaves.
But they would have
But
come
I
already.
think- Right. I think it's more like this is a dying wasteland. That's why they left.
Yeah,
And
or-
we're
or
just
just
stuck
so-
here.
So new that it's not worth doing anything with.
when you're enslaved by the aliens, I'm going to laugh.
I don't
Yeah.
listen. That's
Whenever they
fine.
come back and they're like, "Hey, remember that bug planet? We got to go
Yeah.
there. 'Cause we need whatever we
Honestly,
have."
I told you guys.
Mike Calta Show. Good morning.
Morning, Mike. How you doing?
Good. What's happening?
Good. Have you ever seen that movie Chances Are with Robert Downey Jr.?
I know of the movie, but
It was a 1989 movie. It's after that I started believing in like reincarnation. Basically, her husband, I forgot her name.
Sybil Shepherd.
Oh man. Yes, I believe you're right, Gal. And her husband died. I think right after they got married or something like that. It was the guy it was Scooter McGavin.
Okay.
He was the guy that was her husband in the movie, and he died, and then he became obviously Robert Downey Jr. and somehow he kept on getting these memories, and then came back, and it was him. Basically, that's basically what happened, and he was trying to tell her that he was her ex-husband, and obviously a couple of different things, and it was kind of corny, but I kind of believed in reincarnation. After that,
Yeah, but
and
only because you like the
kinda corny,
idea,
but,
and you like the idea, and you like the movie. There's nothing really in life to me. It would be cool if that's the way things were, but there's
Right.
nothing really to make you believe
was-
it.
Yeah, I also saw what's her name, Carmen's boss at Disney outside Steakhouse 71, and he said you were there too. I saw his face, and I never met you guys.
Oh,
I've
John
been
Brennan,
for a
yeah.
long
Yeah,
John
time.
Brennan
Brennan,
was
all
there,
of
yeah.
our boss.
You know what's so
Yeah.
funny
Oh,
is John told me that.
Thank you, sir.
That a guy ran into him, and he goes, "Mike's here too. Go find him."
There was also a movie in the same kind of situation with Australian Tom Cruise's ex. What's her name?
Nicole Kidman?
Nicole Kidman.
Nicole Kidman, where she met a kid, and the kid claimed to be her dead husband, and she was like having an affair with the kid, or or was attracted to the kid because the kid was like,
You'd
I'm your
say
husband.
younger.
No, he was a kid.
Like
This was a movie.
Yeah, it was a movie. It was a movie.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
how old? Well, you're saying kid?
Yeah.
8-year-old?
Yeah, he was a young
And she
kid.
was having an affair with him?
She was like attracted to him. She was like
Falling in love
Yeah,
with him.
because she saw that, and he would say things to her like, "I'm your husband." But it was weird.
Yeah, because I was just looking at this one with Robert Downey Jr. So he winds up dating his own daughter, and then realizes when he meets the mom that he was married to her, and that he's that. Yeah. So listen, if you're dating somebody, stuff's happening. So he banged his own daughter. That's what that movie's about.
Mike Calta Show. Good morning.
Good morning, Mike. How you doing?
Good. What's happening?
Let me just throw this at you, a little piece of your information. There's a in South Florida somewhere in our own backyard. It's called the Coral Castle, where they actually documented this one guy building this structure, this whole area structure for his wife. And he didn't use any machinery. It was just him. And then when they actually photographed a few of the spots that he was doing, they noticed a strange black box up on a couple of poles that would be lifting these tons and tons of coral. And just go ahead and Google. It's called the Coral Castle.
Yeah, I've seen it,
down...
but it's not. It's those coral rocks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's tons and tons of. And he had a strange box that they can't figure out what it is. And this thing would lift up these tons of stone, coral, and move it around to where he wanted it. And he's long past gone now, but it's kind of interesting. I did a little research on it. It's very, very interesting.
All right, I'll look up. I know they have a website. Thank you for the heads up there. Yeah, I mean, look, I agree. Like Galvin said, there's a way to do it.
The perpetual motion holder is what it's called.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's almost like a teepee with a black box up there, and that's what would move the stones and stuff. They say. Interesting.
Why aren't we using that anymore then?
Who knows?
Mike Calta Show. Good morning.
It's your man, myth and legend, medicine man, Mike Calta.
Too early for him?
And I don't know too much about supernatural stuff, but I believe it.
I believe you're a supernatural.
I could be.
You're stupid natural.
Stupid natural.
Not stupid natural.
I noticed you didn't. I noticed you didn't make it out to Pitbull Toddler this weekend.
Rude.
I know. I went to get the let out at Ruthven Hall that night.
Oh, well, it was significantly closer to you.
I know. It was a great show they put on too. Those guys. And Galvin would love the drum solo in Moby Dick.
Yeah. All right, gotta go. Thank you. There you go.
Do you think Medicine Man thinks about death now that he's getting up there in age?
Yes.
No, I think he's in complete denial. Because every time I say to him, "Oh, Medicine Man, you die pretty soon," he's like, "Nah, I'll never die."
If anybody's immortal, it would be him.
Yeah. Yeah, he's outliving all of us.
Oh, for sure.
Those big leather hands that he has.
I feel like I'm definitely first to go.
Yeah,
Do you
because
really?
you stress about
me
it.
Me too. I feel you're first. Yeah.
Yeah.
He thinks about it too much.
I really do, Carmen.
That's the problem. You need to stop thinking about it.
I don't know. I thought so. Here's what I was thinking yesterday while I was cleaning my car. This is just running through my head. I started thinking about, like, I'm always worried about money and having money for the future because you don't know how long we're gonna have these jobs, And I started thinking about money, and I was thinking I have a 401k, I have money saved, I have a pension, I will make a good amount of money on this house. And I'm wondering if that will last me until I'm in my 80s and my 90s. And then I thought, or what if I just die in 3 years? And then I've collected all this money and done nothing with it.
Yeah.
Now I'd feel like I should go on more vacations.
That's probably, you bet the odds are in closer to that.
I know, but you don't want to be like, I've seen so many people in their 70s and 80s, that are winding down and who are retired and living in apartments and poor and having to go get jobs at Walmart or whatever because they, at 70 years old because they didn't save enough money to live. Yeah. And now I know that I have way more money than my parents ever had, but I won't be in the position that they're in unless my kids, unless my daughter gets a hold of my Apple Card. Then between the two of them, I'll be broke. But how much money, I don't know. There's no way to know because you don't know how long you're going to live.
I say it all the time. We've lived longer than we will live.
You don't know that.
That's true. Carmen probably not, but Joe for sure.
All
me
right.
for sure.
That's enough.
Don't give Joe the reality of that.
You're not going to live to be 120.
No,
So
I probably not.
Yeah.
Probably not 120, but let's say Joe lives to be, how old's your mom?
My mom is 87.
87. So let's say Joe lives to be 90.
He's still lived.
That's still 30 more years.
But he's
Yeah.
still lived
Not
longer
half.
than he will live.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Probably
I'm
true.
okay. I'm gonna spend these next 30 good.
Like we're rounding third base.
Yeah. This is it. You next. You on deck.
The upper deck.
Now,
The
I got to
upper room.
imagine I have a lot more money saved than you do.
Oh, I would
What makes you
think
think that? What gives you that idea?
I can confidently say that because I've.
You're saying this to the kid that's wearing your son's clothes and had to get an Uber here because his car broke down.
Yeah.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Wait,
The guy-
what?
Go ahead.
How are you so confident with your future?
You were asking me?
Yes.
Oh, I feel good.
I know.
Yeah.
That's my question is how are you so confident with your future where I'm over here like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? And I
With
got all
his
this.
future, how is he so confident with his present?
That's true,
Yeah,
too.
a good
That's true.
question.
There's
Yeah.
not much future left. He's here now.
Yeah, I'm here. I mean, I got a lot of equity in my house.
Yeah.
If I ever have to dump out of it, I can
Right,
sell it.
right.
You know, I'll walk away with some good money.
If I were you, I'd do that now.
Eh, then where am I going to
Downsize it, move into a.
Are you gonna get any money from your parents, Joe?
go? No.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know what their
No.
life was like.
Yeah, well, it was one not of saving. I can tell you that.
Yeah. Yeah. See, my kids got some money coming to them. That'll be good for them. But, you know, I don't know. They can't rely on that because their mother's going to live forever. Interesting. All right. So we discovered that.
This is really rough for a Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
There's no life
Very
after
rough.
death.
No.
And no use saving for the future.
And you can't
it's according
afford
to you.
Can't afford life
Happy
after
Monday,
death.
everybody.
According to you, no life after death. You're gonna run out of money, and Gio's gonna be dead.
Gio's
in a
already
week.
dead.
Yeah. I'm definitely not going to see the aliens.
You may see him first.
You're not wrong.
The other thing is, I don't want you coming back to me if you die first.
Oh,
I don't
why
want,
would I come back here?
No, I'm saying like I don't want you to be like I'm going to go tell Mike. That'll scare me too much.
Yeah.
You could tell me.
I'll let you know, Joe.
Thank you.
Like Houdini did that. He told his
Yeah.
wife.
Yeah.
His mother.
His
Or
mother.
his mother, yeah.
I was so close with my grandmother. But the last thing I want to hear in the middle of the night while I'm going to take a lay is Michael. That would scare the piss
Yeah.
out of me. Michael, it's real. I'm in heaven.
But
Oh.
then you would know. You'd be the guy that knows.
Yeah.
Maybe we'd think you were crazy.
It
What if a
would.
dog told you?
Then we would know he was crazy.
Yeah.
No.
Son of Sam.
Yeah.
No, what if something told you though? What if a little kid
Oh.
Yeah.
In the middle of the night?
in the middle of the night whispered
Rolls
something
over
to you
and
from
just looks at you.
yeah, from whenever you were little, something that you
Yeah.
remember.
Come play with me, Michael.
Forever and ever and ever.
Just turn it like a kid that you don't really know that you just met turns to you and says,
Remember when you saw that kid get hit by the bus?
Oh, yeah.
Not that. He was in high school.
Yeah, he was still a kid.
Yeah.
That was me.
Wait.
No, but if a kid turns to you and says, your Uncle Joe says this, and you're like, what? You're like, your Uncle Joe says this is happening, and then you're like, how do you know my Uncle Joe? And the kid goes, I don't know, but that's just what I know was told, you know.
Or if the kid is like, did you get that scar when you burned the thing? Whatever in the
nose?
like where you got the scar or
Oh,
whatever,
yeah.
something. Yeah.
I feel like it'd be sixth sense where I'm the only person that can see that person. You know?
This is why I think I should, if I was ever going to write a movie, it should be a horror movie because I could scare the hell out of myself just
Yeah.
thinking about things.
I
Jesus.
feel like that kid would know all the future stuff, whatever, and I'd kill it with a golf club. Do you remember? Whack!
Shut up, kid. All right, we got to take a break. If you want to get through 800-771-1025, 800-771-1025. It's the Mike Calta Show. Ian Beckles doing it at the 9 o'clock hour. It's 1025 The Bone. The neighborhood. Did she Trump show up at the NCAA championship game? I don't know what it was, but he was.
Yeah.
They must have shown it 8,000 times. Him walking in, shaking everybody's hand, and then, I don't know, leaving.
They love it. People love it.
People do love it. They love when he shows up. I think even the people who hate him love when he shows up.
Did you see that he was posting on X or Truth Social and I reposted on X about apparently there's a painting of him in Colorado in like the city hall or whatever, and he hates it and he wants it taken down immediately. And he says that the governor purposely made a bad painting of him to put up.
Oh yeah.
He's got this big long rant about how Obama's picture looks great and his looks horrible and it needs to be taken down immediately.
It's funny because his presidential portrait, the first one, is like a normal one where he's like saying, and then the one that has now, whatever, is the one where
It's
he's
his
like
mugshot.
Yeah, he's like
Yeah.
leaning forward.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I was just looking at this. This is on True Social. Nobody likes a bad picture or painting of themselves, but the one in Colorado in the state capitol put up by the governor along with all the other presidents was purposely distorted to a level that even I perhaps have never seen before. The artist also did President Obama, and he looks wonderful, but the one of me is truly the worst.
Why would you bring attention to that?
She goes, she must have lost her talent as she got older. In any event, I would much prefer not having a picture than having this one. But many people from Colorado have called and written to complain. In fact, they are actually angry about it. And he's got the photo.
How bad is it?
I'll send it to the group.
All right.
I mean,
I see it. Yeah,
it's not great.
Yeah, he looks like chubby, and his face is like smushed.
Is it realistic?
I mean, it looks like a painting, I guess.
Yeah, it looks like somebody who doesn't know how to paint painted Trump.
It looks like Carmen's dogs did the painting.
I gotta tell you, Obama's isn't that great either.
I didn't see the Obama one. I just saw Trump.
Oh, the Trump looks like Rembrandt did it.
He's very, I mean.
Yeah, he's fat-faced.
I'm glad he's focused on.
Well, why would he care about that? Why would he say anything about
Because he's
this?
Trump.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's hilarious.
This is what he's tweeting about in the middle of the night. Take it down.
Take it down. Like, he doesn't go to Colorado. He's not going to see it. What does
Well,
he
listen,
care?
a lot of people are complaining, he says.
Yeah.
So funny.
In fact, they are
A lot of
actually
people.
angry about it. I'm speaking on their behalf to the radical left governor, Jared Polis, who is extremely weak on crime, in particular with respect to, practically took over Aurora, blah, 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 blah. Take it down, Jared. You should be ashamed of yourself.
He didn't paint it.
I mean, he put, listen, if I don't like Trump and I'm the governor, like, hey, put the fat picture up of Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, also, if somebody painted it and that's the way it came out, you're like, all right, yeah, there you go.
Take it down.
It's their interpretation of what they're seeing. I think that's hilarious.
Like, how does this information get to him, though, where he's like, give me my phone?
I just want to point out that my picture that Joe made of me is over there.
That's right, and I think it looks nice, Mike.
Well, look at Joe. It's not the most accurate picture in the world, but
By the
it's your
way,
interpretation of me.
Yeah.
Joe,
And there
if
you
you were supposed to paint Post Malone, I'd go, Joe's really good.
Let me take a picture of that.
I mean, I
I'm gonna
think
put
that's
these
great.
side by
That
side.
looks way more like Post Malone than it does
You
Mike
think?
That's
Calta.
post Mike Malone.
Well, you know,
I'm going to put them up on our Instagram.
I
so
took
you
some
can see both
artistic
of them.
liberties, Michael.
I mean,
Listen, I understand that, Joe. It's what artists do.
and now, Joe, you can update it because you got to put the beard color in there, get rid of the gray.
Okay.
You know?
I'm going to.
I love that you have like monkey hair around your face too.
I like that. I mean, the whole thing is different. I've got 3 different colors of my skin.
Yeah.
It's good. I like it, Joe. I'm not angry about it or nothing.
It was painted with love.
I feel it.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely feel it.
Take it down. Take it down. Take it down.
A lot of people are saying it doesn't look like it.
So people are getting angry.
They're getting lots of complaints at the Colorado State Capitol.
Yeah.
I'll put them up on Instagram as soon as I'm able to put it all together here. I saw some interesting news this weekend that'll affect both of you. It looks like Jameis Winston is going to the New York Giants.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it looks like Aaron Rodgers is going to the Steelers.
Maybe.
That's what everybody says
so
is
the
happening.
Vikings seem to have shut the door where they're like, we're not interested. And, the Steelers did have dinner with a college quarterback.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And that's something that they usually do before they sign somebody.
What do they pick, though? What's their draft pick?
I think they have 21.
They're in the
it's-
playoffs, so it can't be that high.
Right. Yeah. I think it's 21.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they have any second round picks. I think they may have traded those way before or whatever. But so 21,
Yeah.
if people are looking for quarterbacks, they're gone pretty quick.
It seems that clearly Rodgers wants to go to the Vikings. That's where he wants to go.
Yeah.
But whether or not they want him is
because he wants to play against the Packers.
I think the Vikings are a better team right now than the Steelers. No
Yeah.
offense, Calvin.
But do you think that he doesn't? You think he doesn't want to shove it up down Green Bay's throat?
No, I think he wants a chance to contend for a Super Bowl,
Yeah.
and the Vikings are set up to do that.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, he doesn't have the luxuries Tom Brady had, where he could just pick wherever he wanted to go.
It's so weird though that if he does go to Minnesota, it's the same thing
Brett Favre did.
Jets,
to
Minnesota,
Jets.
yeah. That's just so bizarre.
It's so bizarre that nobody can work out in the Jets. The Jets just stink.
Yeah, well, they got Justin Fields. I
Yeah.
think the Steelers should have kept Justin Fields. Maybe they didn't think he was going to get picked up. I don't know.
How do you think Jameis is going to do? I text my brother-in-law. I go, "Good luck. You just got Jameis." Because he's a big Giants fan. He goes, "Cool. I'm looking forward to my 50 interceptions this year."
I was in New York when that news broke, and I asked the guy behind the counter when I was getting a drink, and he did not. I can't repeat what he said.
Oh, right.
But he had a very strong opinion of what he thought Jameis Winston was, and it was not favorable.
Yeah.
Well, I was like, "Listen, man, Jameis is great."
Danny Dimes and Joey Cutlets, whatever that kid's name was.
Well, the rumor was that the Giants were going to draft Deion Sanders, Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah.
That still might happen. I don't know.
So if they bring in Shedeur and Shedeur starts or he plays behind Jameis for a year.
I mean, if you pick somebody that high, because I think the Giants have like the third pick or something, you pick someone that you're probably taking the first quarterback off the board. Yeah.
Steelers do have the 21st pick, so
what quarterback's going to be there?
But they did meet with Alabama quarterback Jalen Milroe. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I know.
I mean, he's good, but I don't know.
When I did see Shedeur Sanders in person, I was like, that is a good looking dude.
Yeah.
Because you think about it, Deion, not really good looking, but not ugly. He's got like big ass nostrils and he's like not, but he's not ugly.
But he's got style.
He's got style and he's certainly got charisma.
You look good.
And then you
feel
mix
good.
that in with a super smoking hot chick,
and
you make good looking babies.
Was it you look good, you feel good, you play good.
Yeah.
You play good, they pay good.
Yeah.
You know?
Now you sound more like Sean Avery.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. So maybe they need a veteran and they're getting a rookie just in case it doesn't work out.
I mean, if you go after Shedeur and you have Jameis as a backup, that's not so bad. He'd be there to teach and,
Jameis, it's so funny because Jameis is like a good quarterback, but then the interceptions just make everything go to crap. You know what I mean?
That's where the problem is.
There's one week where Jameis will look like one of the top 3 quarterbacks in the league, and he'll make throws that nobody else can make.
Right.
And then the next week he'll throw 3 pick sixes. And
you're saying next week? I think it's the same game.
Yeah. I mean, like it's crazy. He's so up and down. He can never stay consistent.
Ian Beckles is joining us. We were just talking about Jameis and
Aaron Rodgers
and what's happening with the quarterbacks over the weekend. It looks like Jameis landed in New York with the Giants.
Yep.
And will they still go after Shedeur Sanders, or will they, for a quarterback, or will they now? Do you think this is a sign that they're easing away from that?
Well, I don't think Jameis is a big enough signing to say that he's a starter anymore.
Oh, really?
I don't think he is.
Yeah.
I mean, you can be happy, but you're not winning a playoff game with Jameis Winston. You're just not.
He's also been in the league 10 years now, so it's not like if you're going for your future, you're picking somebody,
10 years.
He may be the best backup quarterback in the NFL.
Right.
But you're not going to go to the playoffs starting the season with Jameis Winston. It's never happened.
Yeah. So what if so you think there's a possibility that they still bring him in, just keep Jameis as the backup and there to teach the Shedeur?
Like Shedeur, listen, we look at the history. Very few quarterbacks have had success being thrown in immediately.
Yeah, right out of the gate. Yeah.
Roethlisberger, Marino, even Peyton Manning struggled.
Right.
So you want your quarterback to sit for a year. In a perfect.
But nobody wants to do that, right?
The fans don't want that.
Well, the players.
I think the organizations want that. I really do.
But then you have guys that have come in recently, McDaniels and those guys that come in and do that, and everybody tries to do that. Everybody wants to do that. It's just like whenever Tomlin came in for the Steelers and he was 34 years old, everyone was like, get somebody young, get a young head coach.
Yep.
Let's do that. They think that that's going to solve all the problems of, but that's just a one-off. It happens very rarely.
These top quarterbacks are going to the worst teams in the league.
Right.
Even
that's the other thing.
When the Bucs got Jameis here, those were horrible Buccaneers teams that he was playing on,
Yeah, they were.
Like
it was a terrible time.
That's what just comes with being the number 1 pick and not you have to instantly start and you're just deemed like the savior of the franchise tomorrow.
Right.
Well, the quarterbacks that did succeed early, if you look back, weren't the top picks.
Right.
Yeah,
there were
that's the other
picks,
thing.
Like the Steelers weren't a bad team. Seahawks weren't a bad team. All these young players going on a team. Like Roethlisberger, if you put him on the Buccaneers in 1990, he'd have sucked.
Yeah.
If you'd put Vinny Testaverde on the San Francisco 49ers with all those guys, he'd have been a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Yeah.
That's football.
That sucks to think about if you're there.
It's real, though.
Mike Calta Show, good morning.
Good morning. If they signed Brucey, I think Aaron Rodgers would be able to go to Super Bowl.
If what?
Brucey from the longest yard.
Brucey.
How do you feel about that?
Yeah. Mike Calta Show.
Hey, this is Brandon. I'm going to go back a segment to the afterlife stuff.
Nope, too late. I have one of two things. The problem, I need to never take phone calls again, or we need to just get a phone screener.
Yeah.
Because no offense to you, sir, but I'm not going to talk about something we talked about a half hour ago, and I don't want a guy to have to get through on hold and then wait and get through to just make a dumb joke that nobody gets.
Yeah.
You know, I've been in radio for a while.
Yeah.
And what's funny, I listen to some of these young guys, and a lot of them think that it's successful if they get a lot of calls. To me, calls bring down shows.
You know what? It depends. Sometimes if we're talking about things that if we have like if we're talking about the Rays, and and it's something that people want to get off their chest, it's not bad to take some phone calls about it. But yeah, I'm not relying. You don't rely on the phone calls to deliver the entertainment of the show.
No.
Sometimes I just want to get somebody's perspective on something, to hear something different, or like the guy who called up about that the castle place down in South Florida. That's pertinent to the conversation. So we're talking about the pyramids in Egypt and how I don't believe that they were made by humans.
No way
that you can't lift the rock. But this guy says there's this place that was built in Florida somewhere where the guy shows you how to manipulate the rocks and to get them up that heavy. And there are tons of stone that he moved by himself. It's just one of the, not that saying that was the answer, but this is just one of the things. But that was pertinent to the conversation, and he had a website we can go and look at and talk about, and it made a little more sense.
Well, how long ago were the pyramids made?
Yeah, that's the other thing. The other thing is that, but the pyramids were also. This guy is one guy, and the pyramids were made by thousands of slaves.
Correct.
So,
but just put it in AI. AI will teach you how to make a pyramid.
Right.
We didn't have AI millions of years ago.
Yeah. No, we didn't have Google.
Right.
Yeah. No. I'm saying though, I don't believe that. My opinion is that that some other civilization made that as a communications device or an energy device or some sort of something. And, it's not running properly now the way it was at one point.
Supposedly it sets up perfect at certain dimensions of, I don't know the whole thing, but it's...
it aligns with certain stars and all that stuff. But Galvin brought up a good point. He said, if I took a handful of marbles and threw them in my backyard, would they eventually align with some stars and stuff?
And if you're looking for that, you make it happen.
Probably.
You know what I mean?
You can probably make anything happen.
Right.
What do you think? We're discussing this, which is heavy from Monday. I did not plan on talking about this, but what do you think happens when you die?
I think a lot of people miss you.
That's it, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
It. What else is there?
I don't.
Why does there have to be something else?
It would be nice if there was.
You get put in the box.
Yeah.
You get eaten by maggots.
No.
And then you're just bones. And then you sit in the box forever. And then people miss you.
That's why there has to be something else, or people want there to be something else.
That's what I mean. Though.
You're right. It's because
just want an answer.
want something else. They're hoping for something else. The reality of it is probably what
there you go. But if there isn't something else, enjoy your life.
If there isn't something else, then you can do. I would do a lot more.
Like what? Bad
I'd kill
stuff?
some people.
No,
yeah.
you wouldn't.
No, you would.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah. You say no.
No, because you still have laws and morality and stuff. The morality's still there.
Yeah. I don't want to get caught. I would secretly kill people. Not all people, like certain people. On my list, I had a list. We talked about it the other day. I would go to my list.
There's no we.
We talked about it. I had a list. I can't believe I'm the only one. You don't have a list of people you'd kill?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, of course you do.
I do.
I mean, Carmen, if I said to you 3 people that you can eliminate from this earth and no consequences whatsoever.
No.
You don't?
No, like if I wanted to eliminate them, they're just not in my life anymore.
No, but I'm
like having them alive or dead does not make a difference.
They're not my life either, but I sure would like to be the one to take them out.
I feel like if there was anybody that I wanted to kill, I would have killed them.
Yeah.
You can't though. You know what I mean? You can, but
Calvin says they would not make it this far.
Yeah.
If you give me a choice of killing somebody and slapping them, I would slap them.
Oh, yeah.
Killing them is not doing anything, but if I get to slap them and look them in the face,
they have to live with
better.
it.
You're like, oh, you slapped me. It hurt, didn't it?
I watched Tombstone last night for the 8,674th time.
Skin it.
And he says to his brother, he's like, in the entire time I was a sheriff, I only had one time where I had a gunfight and I had to take somebody's life. And I didn't like the way it felt. It didn't feel the way you think it's going to feel.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure I'll be good.
I don't know about that.
No, I agree with that.
I don't know about that. I think when you lay down
if it's
in bed,
the person I want to, not if I had to shoot an intruder or if I had a kid that tried to attack me and I end up killing a kid, a younger guy. I mean, like I would feel terrible about something like that. if it's somebody who I hate in my heart, and if I have the opportunity to do that,
let me say something.
legally,
They have a mother.
No,
they have a mother.
But that's when you hate somebody, you hate their mother too.
No, don't hate nobody's mom. Come on, you're hating moms.
Such a
The mom didn't do anything to you.
Such a
You
ripple
don't know that.
effect from
Moms
ending
are
a life.
From what?
There's such a ripple effect from ending a life. There's
Yeah.
so many people connected. It goes so many levels.
His daughter.
Yeah.
Oh, you were telling me some little 6-year-old girl's crying because you killed their
Depends
father.
on who it is. Depends on who it is.
And then they want to kill you. So now you're next.
No, but there's no consequence.
Well,
That's what I'm saying.
They
That's
know.
what I'm saying. I'm asking you if they have no consequence.
You
Well, how
go
do
to the
you
top
know,
of their
though?
list.
It could be like Kill Bill, and years later, and she disappears, and she's this really hot blonde girl trying to kill you.
I never saw Kill Bill. Can you believe that?
What?
I know.
Great movie.
I only saw the
Check this
one
stuff.
thing where she was buried. That's all I saw.
Oh, yeah. If you get buried, you punch out.
Yeah.
you just do
Found
this.
out you could do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Best Tarantino movie.
I mean, Django is possibly the top of my list, but Inglourious Bastards is great
Django's
too.
great, man.
Django's so
Django's
good.
so
though.
Better than Pulp Fiction?
No.
Yeah,
No,
100%.
no.
100%.
No.
I will take Reservoir Dogs over Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, Pulp Fiction wasn't my favorite.
Yeah.
I'm
I
going
love
I mean, it's great. It's
Yeah.
great. Like, if it's on, I'll watch it, whatever. But I think Django's so good. I think Inglourious Bastards is so good.
I love Kill Bill.
I'm going Kill Bill.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It's
I
great.
love
I
Kill
have to
Bill.
watch that now.
I love Kill Bill.
And I'm putting Kill Bill 1 and 2 together as one
Yeah,
movie. I'm
man.
taking them both.
Watch
That's
them.
interesting. I've never watched that.
It's good,
I will
man.
also say the one with Christian Slater.
True Romance.
True Romance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I don't think he directed, but he wrote.
Yeah.
Also a great movie.
It's a great
Pulp
film.
Fiction was so good.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, and I'll tell you, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood's pretty goddamn good too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
You should watch Kill Bill.
I will.
Yeah.
I never really got a big ringing endorsement for it.
I like Hateful Eight too.
Hateful Eight's good too.
Yeah.
I never saw Inglourious Bastards because I already saw the end.
So we're saying Tarantino pretty good at directing stuff.
Pretty
Yeah.
good.
This guy's going to be around for a little while.
He's gonna do some stuff. Well, didn't he say he retired or whatever he was?
He
doing?
had one more
got-
film,
yeah,
I
he's got
think.
one.
Yeah.
One more and he's done.
It's supposed to be like a retro sci-fi.
Mm,
Is what I've heard.
I don't like
Don't
that.
go
I
out.
don't like
Don't
the
go out
sound of that.
bad. Yeah.
I
know
thought
Yeah.
he did that where there was like the intermission in between the two movies. What was
No,
that
that
one?
was that was
Inglourious
That was
Bastards, yeah.
Grindhouse. That was those
Oh.
two movies that he released as a
Oh.
double feature.
Yeah, and there was like an intermission.
Ugh.
He has
that's
a
where-
pass, doesn't he?
That's where
He has an
Machete.
N-word pass.
Tarantino?
Yeah.
No, I think the problem was is that he used it so loosely in his movies, and Denzel Washington called him out on it, and that's what made news. And he said, you use it for a white guy pretty freely in your movies. He's like, I'm writing in character.
Correct.
Also, they were saying about, he's racist. He's using the N-word all the time and stuff. And Samuel Jackson got his back and said,
Well, maybe that was it. Samuel Jackson, maybe I don't know, one of those.
well,
guys.
Samuel Jackson said, do you notice in every movie that I'm in of Tarantino's, I'm the smartest person in the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
I mean, look at all the characters that Samuel Jackson played. He always is in the know. He always is the guy that knows what's going on. He's the smartest one in there.
Don't you think, I mean, as a black dude, when you're writing a movie, or if somebody's writing a movie, you want it to be realistic, you're gonna have to use that word.
But how do you know what realism is? I guess
if you've lived that life, like if you're writing about something you know about.
But Django, I get that.
Yeah, Django is about slavery.
Yeah. But for me, as an older black man, nothing makes my spidey senses tingle more than somebody says, I'll never use that word.
Yeah.
Hey, you have.
Yeah.
You have.
Yeah.
So if you say I've never used that word, then you're lying to yourself. I have quite a few Caucasian friends that I've heard use it in different contexts, and it does not faze me. It's just a word. It's just a word.
But not the problem, but the thing for me is that it's been used so often in rap songs, mainstream rap songs, that people are so used to hearing it now. It doesn't have the same.
Yeah, but in a rap song, it's different than in a
but
normal
that's
conversation.
where the only time I really hear people using it a lot is when they're like, when people sing that, when they'll say it, you still do a little, you do one of those.
You
really
see
quick.
that little equipment manager from McNeese State coming out and doing the singing, and he was singing, but he wouldn't use the N-word. He knew every word, but
Right.
he didn't say the N-word. I felt like saying, just say it.
Yeah.
You're not racist.
Yeah.
You're with all these black guys. You're not racist.
But
Yeah, but there were a lot of celebrities that got canceled or like shunned for using it. The Hispanic actress, what's her name? She like just blew up.
Jennifer
recently. No. Oh my God, why can't I think of anything that she's been
and what'd
in
she
yet?
use it in? What context?
She was singing. She was like getting her makeup done, and she was in the makeup chair, and she was just rapping along with a song, and she used it, and they were like, "You're not black, even though you're you're Hispanic,
Right.
not black. You can't use it."
Hispanics use it more than blacks. They really do.
And then there was another, I remember there was a video of this YouTuber. He was sitting there playing PlayStation, listening to music, rapping aloud.
Oh, I remember that.
And he used it, and he flipped out, started crying through his controller, just started breaking down because he knew that all of his followers were going to
Jump right on it.
cancel him for doing that. And he just started flipping out, which I think makes it even worse.
Yeah, don't draw attention to it.
What
Right, like
racists are sitting there listening to gangster hip hop?
Yeah.
Seriously, and Carmen, you're allowed to use it.
No, I'm not.
Yeah,
the only time she's allowed to use it if it gets kinky.
Yeah, but she's allowed though.
Yeah.
She's in our fraternity.
Listen, I can just tell you, I do not. That's
I
not,
didn't say you do. I said you're allowed.
Well, I appreciate that.
Carmen, as somebody on your team, I say don't do it.
I will not.
You're not on her team.
Yeah, you're not.
Yeah.
Carmen is black man candy. You are not black man candy.
No.
You just like candy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I love candy. No, but I'm just saying is I don't agree with your assessment that Carmen should be able to use
It
it.
doesn't matter what you think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
true.
you're not part of the gang.
Ian, you ever have a white woman use that word in the throes of passion with you?
No, absolutely not.
What would that situation be?
It wouldn't turn out well for me, I don't think. I had a good friend of mine who was black and he had a white wife. He came up to me and said, "Has your wife ever called you the N-word?" And I go, "No, has yours?" He goes, "Yeah, she just called me the other day." I go,
Ooh.
I don't know what to say to you. That's just a bad place to be.
Was it followed by please?
What if he was like, no, she called you that?
Wait a minute. No, and listen, if once again, you could use it, but when you're pissed, if you use it then, there's absolutely no excuse. There's none. If while you're pissed, it comes out, there's no excuse for it.
Yeah, well,
Right,
the
if you're
excuses
using
you've
it
been
in
harboring
anger.
it. You've been holding it in.
That's exactly
Yeah,
right. See,
yeah.
I know all the words for all the different ethnicities. I know them all. It's not in my vernacular. I never use it. So if I get pissed at somebody, it's not going to come out because I don't use it. I know it exists.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. I'm so not wanting to get in trouble about anything. I wouldn't call anybody anything.
No.
Theo Vaughn said if he gets mad enough, he'll write it down. That may be the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life.
That is hilarious.
I haven't figured out if Theo Vaughn is dumb or smart.
Yes.
It's like he's in
The
the
answer
middle.
is yes.
God, he's brilliant though.
Yeah.
He says brilliantly simple, hilarious things.
He says so many. If you just have a conversation with him, he says so many things in that conversation that you don't even know where to start.
You want to
don't
just
know where
think. I'm like, what?
Yeah, you don't even know where to start.
If
Yeah.
you go way back before you even had a podcast, he was exactly the
Yeah.
same then
Right. Oh, yeah.
as he is now.
He was on the show one time and he was like, yeah, when I was young, I used to hang out with this guy, Bill, and Bill was 10 years older than the rest of us. And he was like, cool, we all like Bill. But if you wanted to hang out with Bill, and he would like buy us beer and stuff, but you had an initiation, you had to bury his poop. And when I was carrying him, I go, oh, hold on, you had a what? And he goes, you had to bury his poop. And I go, what do you mean you have to bury it? He goes, he'd just go, and then you'd have to get a shovel and bury it. And I go, and that was like, he goes, then once you did it, you were in, you didn't have to do it no more. And I went, okay. And he was just ready to roll over
Now,
that
do you
as he
think
said
that's
it.
a real story?
I don't know. A lot
I
of
don't know
people
either.
tell
Right.
me. A lot of people tell me that everything he says is a lie. And then they also say the same thing about Bert, though. But I've been there through a lot of things with Bert where I know that that's true. You know, I know a lot of his things that he talks about in his special are things that really happen, and people think he's lying all
I think
the time.
it's just embellishment throughout the
Sure.
years.
I mean, it's for comedy reasons you're going to embellish. We embellish stuff on this show every day.
When Theo Vaughn said that he likes raisins over grapes because he wants a grape that's been through some stuff.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
That is hilarious to me.
That comes from a place that you don't even, and he doesn't even laugh when
No.
he says it. He really
He's
feels
like,
that way.
I like a grape that's been through some stuff.
That's what made JD Vance laugh. He said that to JD Vance.
He's like a dumb Mitch Hedberg.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
so
a
good.
great way to describe it. Although not so dumb.
No, he's not.
Yeah.
Mitch Hedberg used to say stuff, and then 6 seconds later, you'd laugh.
Yeah.
It would take a while. It would take a while.
Well, it's like what Ray Charles called it, country dumb.
Yeah.
Where you're,
Yeah.
you're acting like, I've never been to the big city before. I don't
Yeah.
know what's going on. This, meanwhile, you know exactly what's happening.
If he didn't have that accent, it'd probably be different.
Right. Yeah. You're from Louisiana. You're, everybody thinks you're backwoods, and yeah.
You got the mullet.
Yeah.
I heard he's not even from Louisiana.
Really?
Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. People say people deny everything about it. They're making up things, saying they're making it up, and they're saying they're lying about this and lying about that. I don't know what's true anymore. I just stopped caring. Yeah.
He could be a plant.
Caring.
I don't even know what that means anymore. What does a plant mean? I think a plant just means that Hollywood backed you. That's all that means.
Yeah.
I don't think you can plant somebody. I don't think it's possible.
You can put somebody in a position. Yeah, you'd back them.
It's just money.
Yeah.
Kevin Hart. Somebody backed Kevin Hart.
Hardcore.
Somebody backed Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
It's not just talent. Somebody threw a lot of money at that early.
I think Taylor Swift's father was the primary catalyst in her success, but all her talent is what really got her over. But it was her father who did it business wise, did it the right way.
But do you agree that it's more than her talent? As far as talent goes, she's far exceeded her talent.
I believe there is certain people in our lifetime that are phenomenons. I believe there are certain things in our life where
talented phenomenons. Because if you talk about people who are the best singers, she ain't it.
The relationship between the talent and the audience is a phenomenon.
And that's the thing too, is I think people will see a glimmer of talent where they'll go, we should put our backing behind this and make it bigger and stuff. Because there's plenty of songs that are on the radio that aren't great songs, but you hear them so much that you think they're a great song.
Yeah.
Or it's a catchy song or whatever, you know what I mean?
Taylor
because
Swift,
they're pushing it so much.
I think is also a lot of success and talent, all that, right place, right time in life. You know what I mean? It's
also
something for girls to glam onto.
There's a machine behind her.
That's the thing. It's a machine.
But they saw some talent there, and they said, we could really make something out of this.
When Perlman was making those boy bands, he found out the formula. He's like, I can do this with any
right,
guys.
he had a formula, though.
Right?
And he's like,
But he also had a big Ponzi scheme, so it all falls apart.
But I'm saying he put the money and marketing into building, and he did it twice.
Yeah.
And they both became and with the exact same scenario. He's like, I need 5 attractive guys that can dance. One looks like this. I'll put the money into, and next thing I know, they're super famous.
Yeah. By the way, he did it more than twice.
Right. Yeah.
He was successful about 5 times.
But I mean, the 2 big ones.
Right. The two big ones. Yeah. That's so crazy.
Taylor Swift to me is like NASCAR. Okay, I know I should respect it, but I don't get it.
Yeah.
Like when I listen to a Taylor Swift song, I'm like, I don't hear it. But I can see it. I can see she's doing stuff and everybody love it.
But it's not
NASCAR's
written
the
for
same
you.
way. I look at it, just doesn't resonate.
It's
for me.
not written for you, and you're not in the audience that's going.
But there's some people my age that love it.
Yeah,
they love it.
But they were females.
And that's not true.
Really?
No, that's not true. I hear.
But they also have a different mentality that you do. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying
musically,
lesser.
Though, I am so open. Like I love Billie Eilish. I love Billie Eilish.
Yeah, she's great.
But I listen to Taylor Swift and I go, okay. It's just
she's got some catchy
tunes. But can you hear a song from her and go, I get why that's popular?
Not really.
Oh, really? Yeah. See, I can, and I can do that with almost anything.
Mm-hmm.
I can understand why something's popular, or especially a lot of stuff. If I don't like it, I get why other people like it.
Why did Kurt Cobain and Nirvana stick out more than the rest of those bands?
I think they were more real
because the Kurt Cobain tapped into that audience better than anybody else.
Okay.
He wasn't just making the music, he was living that life.
Correct.
He was depressed, he was a drug addict, he had problems, he had chronic pain, he was a loser, and he tapped into that kind of I don't really mean loser, but he tapped into that crowd of people like him, like nobody had ever done before. That's why they compared it to John Lennon. They said John Lennon reached that crowd of youth that nobody had ever done before, and Kurt Cobain did that. I think that's just a phenomenon.
But also, I think you use that word "loser." I think you're right, because if Kurt Cobain had not been Nirvana, he would be working at a
where he was
dump, or something. You know what I mean? Like he wouldn't be doing anything spectacular, but he hooked into that, and that made him,
and the
huge.
And the music that he
and
wrote,
him dying early too.
Always. I believe that those certain people in our lifetimes just become phenomenons like that.
Well, she's definitely that.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't know of how big of a deal she was till I drove by Raymond James.
Oh, yeah.
And I
saw
go,
those trucks.
Same.
what? What is that?
I knew
Just
she
for
was
just
big.
for her merchandise.
I've never seen anything
Early
like
in the
that.
morning.
20 semis. And
Yeah.
And then you hear stories of her giving people bonuses and visiting kids in the hospital, and that lore grows, and she becomes more and more part of
Correct.
everybody's life, whether you like her music or not, because of that.
When she came here, that's when I realized how big it was. I knew Taylor Swift. I knew she was super famous, but when it was here and I saw those, like Ian said, the trucks and all that, I'm like, this is crazy.
Well, they
big.
also had a breakdown of how much money it brings into the city,
Yeah.
to the entire city whenever she's on tour. Each city that she stops at makes millions and millions more dollars than they ever would have.
you see the people lined up before the concert to get the
T-shirt.
$9,800 sweatshirts from all the way around the stadium. I was like, this is nuts.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Oh, my wife did something this weekend. My wife went to see Tyler, the Creator.
Great.
Yeah.
He's so good.
I mean, that is somebody who is never going to be at the level that Taylor Swift is, but is a genius.
He's a genius.
Yes.
Yes, he is.
But it's not about the talent. It's not about, anyway, she said she want to talk about somebody who's not a genius. She bought $300 worth of merchandise there, and she goes, they gave me a thing to tap for a tip, and I couldn't find the thing to say no tip, so I just picked the lowest tip. So I had to tip him like $30. I go, you tipped the sweatshirt guy $30?
Oh.
Come on now. Now I spent $330 on merchandise.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. All right, we got to take a break. Ian Beckles is here. We're running late. It's the Mike Calta Show, 800-771-1025. This is 1025 The Bone. Ian, what is your plan on May 4th? Will you be partaking in the Bert Kreischer, Tom Segura, Two Bears 5K here in Tampa?
I would like to. How hard is this thing? I mean,
I'm walking it.
Okay, but do I have to sign up or something? Because I'm not good at that stuff. Like, I like to give somebody money and say I'm in. I don't like to be like, I don't like websites and stuff.
Okay, I could look into that.
Please do.
I look into that. I'm going to have to handle this because we're going to have a group of people that are going to have to go.
I'm in.
I want to remind everybody who is going and walking and running and hopscotching or whatever you're doing to get there, that if you go to caltastore.com, that's CALTA store.com, you can get all of our merchandise. But most importantly, if you want to be on Team Calta for the walk and meet up with us and all of us walk together, you can go and get your Team Calta 2 Bears, 1 Mike Calta shirt is available at caltastore.com. It's a muscle tank top, if you will, and they'll white because it will be in May, and we don't want to be wearing black. And they have the big Mike Calta Show 2 Bears logo on the front. And we'll all be walking together. We'll be able to identify each other by our big dumb white shirts. So
I don't wear issued stuff.
You know what?
I don't wear issued stuff.
It's not issued.
Oh yeah, it's issued.
No, issued means you are demanded to wear it. You are required to wear it.
It's pretty issued.
This is no. This is a hey. If you want to go buy it, then if you don't, you don't.
But everybody else will be wearing one.
Not everybody. It's if you want to wear it and you want to be in the big group and wear it, you can do that. If not,
I like black.
Listen, I like black too.
You're wearing black?
I'd wear black before. You've never seen me in white, not one time.
Me neither.
I just don't wear white.
You're gonna look like a marshmallow.
I'm not wearing a white.
You hate white.
Tank top.
You hate white.
I love whites, but I hate white clothes.
I will probably wear blue and white.
Okay,
Yeah.
but just white is just not forgiving.
It's white and black.
You're gonna wear a tank top?
Yeah.
I'm not wearing a tank top.
It's not a tank top. It's a
something
sleeveless
like
shirt.
a muscle shirt, like I wear
It's a
all the time.
sleeveless shirt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I could do that.
Yeah.
Not white though. Not white.
Well,
Yeah, white is not
No.
forgiving.
Oh, my.
It shows every
And you
simple
sweat, and then like
roll.
your nipples will be
Forgiving.
coming through, and like yuck.
Go ahead, wear a white T-shirt tomorrow, Gio.
No, I know
exact-
this.
Yeah,
I'm agreeing with you.
yeah.
I don't want to see your nipples.
I don't want anybody to see them either.
I'm out.
Wait.
No, they're nice. I have nice ones though.
Carmen, I'm buying you 2.
Okay.
Okay. I didn't really consider the nipples. I'm sure we have other color options.
That would be
available,
cool.
Yeah.
Got pink.
Probably.
I wear pink.
You'll wear pink before you wear white.
100%.
You'll look like a burnt peep.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Win.
Chicks dig it though.
Do they?
Chicks dig pink. Don't think they don't.
I know I have
They
some
do.
pink. I'm not.
I have a black with pink dignitary
There you
shirt.
go.
Yeah.
If you wear pink,
Good
I
luck.
swear to you, anytime you wear pink, some female will say, "That looks good on you." They
Yeah.
it's just daring to them.
Maybe we should go all pink.
No. No, definitely not.
As long as it's like really heavy cotton.
No.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
I'm something you can really
Running
sweat
shoes.
in.
Yeah, well, listen, in May, definitely it's not that hot in Florida. So
Oh boy.
But when I go out and work out, I'm trying to sweat.
Sure.
Like when I go walk, I walk just like this with my hoodie and my skull cap. I'm trying to sweat. So if I go to a 5K, I'm trying to sweat.
I went to, and this is probably something that's common and I don't understand. I went to the what was it? The sauna with Tony when he was here.
Yep.
And I sat in that sauna for 20 minutes and had a little bit of a layer of sweat on my body. Like if you touched me, you would get wet.
That's it.
Tony, in the first minute we're in there, looked like he was drowning in his. I mean, he was pouring sweat down his face. Is that because I'm fat?
No.
It's your pores.
Yeah.
It's in.
Do I have good pores or bad pores?
No, you probably have clogged pores.
Yeah.
The more that you see, the more that you do that, the more your pores are open more.
Okay.
So,
The more you'll sweat.
Yeah, the more you sweat.
And Tony does that regularly.
Yes.
Right. So
It was amazing how much he sweat.
is that
Like
why you got to exfoliate?
yeah.
It helps, yeah.
Oh,
That's part of opening the pores.
I put some beef tallow on me before.
You put beef tallow on
Correct. It's good for your skin.
you? Oh, come on.
You know, for real.
Where do you
Beef
get
tallow
that from?
makes your skin young.
I mean, you do have young skin.
I know. Black don't crack.
Yeah, that's the thing, though. How is it hard for you to? It's hard for you to tell what's really doing the trick.
Yeah, but I'm 94.
You look great.
that would be something else.
Isn't RFK trying to get all the fast food restaurants
Yeah,
to
to
use
use
the
the
beef tallow?
yeah, instead of
It's
the
better.
oil.
Yeah, the fries are way better.
Mm-hmm.
It's
good for your skin.
I haven't had fast food in so long.
Me neither.
Yeah, and I'm trying to say I don't miss it, but I do. I mean, I wasn't really eating it a lot before, but the more I think about it, I would love to bite into a
Oh.
burger.
The thing about fast food, though, is it's as soon as you're done eating, you're like, oh,
Yep.
why did
Yep.
I eat that?
But if you had one sandwich, just one sandwich, where would you go? Well, just one.
It depends. Let me tell you why. Because it's been so long that you start craving things you don't normally want. You know what I have a desire for? The old school Burger King chicken sandwich.
Oh,
The long-
yeah.
That's not on,
On
the
my
top,
list.
but that's
The
never
long
on the top
one?
Yeah,
of
the
my
long
list.
one,
Yeah.
That's a good choice,
It's been a
though.
while.
But I mean, I love a Big Mac. I love a double
Yeah.
cheeseburger. I don't. But I've been so long since I've eaten any of them. I'm starting to have cravings for different things.
I gotta
Can I tell you
Big
on our-
Macs are highly
They're
overrated.
overrated.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
used to
really
be
are.
better.
Yeah.
And they're small.
Yeah.
They're way smaller than what they used to be.
Like the sauce is good, but the patties are always dry and little, and yeah.
I went to Whataburger yesterday.
Whataburger
And
is where
it
it's
was-
at, man.
It was fantastic.
We did Bojangles.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah, they're
love
building
That sounds
here.
racist. That sounds racist.
Listen, Bojangles is
Is
delicious.
Five Guys fast?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't have a
It's-
drive-through, but it's fast food.
Yeah.
I'll go Five Guys double cheese with a sleeve
That's
of French
good.
fries.
I saw a guy the other day. He goes, "Am I poor or what is going on here or whatever?" He goes, "I got this burger at Five Guys in this medium drink." He goes, "Guess what the price was?" Holds it up, and it was $21 or something.
Oh,
But
it's
I
so
don't think it's
expensive.
just them. I don't think because I went to I took the girls to McDonald's after volleyball. It was 3 girls in the car, and I got it was like $40. And
Yeah.
and the girl at McDonald's says, "I know you can't even buy a Burger King."
How much do you think a large
meal.
fry is?